Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. What is happening? I'm your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. What's up, guys? How you doing? My hair looks puffy today. Looks floofy. Oh my goodness. So tonight we will have Chrissie Mayr on at some point here. It looks like she's right on the way. So that'll help. What's up, Rumble, Odyssey, Locals? How you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. It is another night of nonsensical debauchery. Not really. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about censorship. We're going to be talking a little bit about censorship with Chrissie Mayr. Some of you may know what the heck is going on. I'm going to be talking to Chrissie Mayr, who is the host of The Wet Spot. She's a female stand-up comedian, comic comedian. I don't know. And she's a friend of mine, and she has been yeeted off of YouTube at a very inopportune time. Now, sure, it's only a 1-week suspension because it's just a strike and not a permanent banning. However, it comes at a really, really inopportune time as she is supposed to have a pretty big show, I think, starting tomorrow. But we'll get the details from her on that. For now, let me just go ahead and throw out a couple. Let me just start throwing out a couple things, couple housekeeping things. The Darrell Brooks trial ended today. What do you want? What? You are cute. Go to sleep. The Darrell Brooks trial ended today with the main aspect of it. He was found guilty on every single count, all 76 of them. And that is fantastic. That is fantastic news. He deserved it. He was a terrible human being, but he has more to go technically because we will still have a sentencing hearing. There's a scheduling hearing on Monday, and then a sentencing hearing that will happen after that. I don't know if I'm going to watch the scheduling hearing, but when the actual sentencing comes up, I may, even though it will be a horrifically long and emotional hearing, right? It's going to be a bunch of people complaining. But speaking of horrifically long and emotional, I'd like to welcome my guest to the stream.
Screen away.
What's up, Chrissie?
Hold on. Hey, oh my God, Nick.
What? Where are you?
I'm at the content house, baby. We're still doing it. You can't stop us.
Oh, really?
Can't stop, won't stop. I'm
you're
3
trying.
Trulies deep. And we
3
have a
Trulies
contingency
deep?
plan, Nick.
What's a Truly?
Oh, God, it's a spiked seltzer. What are you? Come on. What are you?
What am I? I'm a
drink?
man.
You drink man drinks?
I just drink whiskey.
This is too much screen. Like, we had to just shoot Kumia's show for tomorrow, but this is like too much camera for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how to sit on this.
I feel like you're small. Like you're very little on screen.
I know. Maybe I should just like be like, hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Just stand up and awkwardly leer into the camera for hours. Like, hello.
Stand up and bend over. All right.
There's
We're
a lot of
figuring it out.
follow-up
Hi,
to that.
sorry to bombard your vibe.
Oh, no, it's fine. I was just talking about what's going on here on my show for the, foreseeable future, which is a bunch of nonsense and tomfoolery. But I'm much more interested in what the hell's going on with you, because so let's get the backstory a little bit. So you're at the content house. I don't know what that is. I know you invited me to
You
come.
could have been here, Nick. You could
I
have
know.
been splayed out on the couch like me right now.
I like being splayed out on couches. It happened. I lay down on couches all the time.
No, it's great. We're in a big house in Orlando that I rented, and there's crew people here from Compound and just from my YouTube channel, and then there's like comedians, YouTubers, OnlyFans friends of mine, just like a smattering of I hate saying influencers. I'm just gonna say people of the internet here
Sure.
to like create content, collab, network, but mostly do a 48-hour live stream. We did the first one in the Poconos back in April. Everything went great. But what's interesting about this one that we're supposed to start on Thursday night after our show at the Orlando Improv, supposed to start at like midnight. If I sound out of breath, it's because I ran up one flight of stairs. And that's all it takes today.
Still, that's maximum effort. I love that.
So we're supposed to start the 48-hour live stream Thursday. But homegirl got a YouTube strike on Monday night, like came back from my show in the city at Compound Media, opened up my computer, and it's like, you have a strike. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what is this even about? We had just done Simpcast. I was like, oh my God, we talked about Leah Thomas on Simpcast. And I said that she was, and I was like, and I said she was an embarrassment to the whole country, and like that she looks ridiculous and she's not even trying, and that she needs to go to Sephora and get professional hair and makeup done. I'm like, I'm sure it was that.
Oh yeah, I think I heard you say that actually, specifically, because I remember the Sephora comment. I was like,
yeah, I was like, these men are just not trying. That's how you know they're men, because they put no effort into their appearance.
Yeah, like that Australian rugby woman. Have you seen like the handball rugby player?
Handball?
It's like a 6'4" dude, just
God,
devastating everybody on the field.
I saw it today.
My name's Tiffany. It's like, dude,
when I was
no,
at
it
Info
isn't.
Wars today, Owen showed me a clip where I guess there's a dude on a women's volleyball team. He spikes a ball into this girl's face and breaks her nose, which
I think that's the same guy. Was it an Aussie chick?
I couldn't tell their ethnicity from the distance that I was watching it. But you know what? There's something about the way he spiked that ball that seemed Australian to me.
Right.
Now looking back,
a little bit fake, I think. Yeah.
So this is horrendous timing, because I look and then I go, oh, from July 7th, May. It was like I was doing a Mayor in the Morning, which is just morning show where I'm basically running through news. And it kind of informs my stand-up, because I go, okay, like I don't want to cover the same articles everyone else is covering. But I'll just like, I'll do fluffy news. Like I like to look at the Daily Mail. I like to look at the New York Post, just sort of fun news. And I was like, oh, this is a fight at a New York City French fry spot. Like I'm for sure going to cover this, and it's these girls like demolishing Bell Fries, which I think was on Ludlow. It's like downtown New York. They're throwing off the plastic, COVID separators. And I'm reading the article, but I'm also just making very normal, like anything like a kind of not smart but funny person would say, like, oh wow, like they really should take those plastic sheets down anyway, COVID's over. Or like, man, $1.75 is kind of a lot to spend on sauce. And like, well, like, and then I'm trying to guess what sauce they're throwing all over the place.
It's probably mayonnaise.
I'm trying to guess like what kind of stool they're throwing at the heads of the workers there. And it's like, and I didn't even say anything spicy, but the more I talked to people, I was like, okay, I know it's about this video, because I talked about that video. I talked about Elon Musk, and I talked about Stuttering John. And my strike was for violent and graphic content, which means video.
I mean, you talked about Stuttering John.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if that's violent and graphic. That's more like pathetic and hilarious.
Yeah,
but,
only when he talks is it violent and graphic.
Oh my God, yeah. His content is violently graphic on my ears.
Here's the video. This is from YouTube, by the way.
Restaurant early Sunday morning.
So here's Fox showing the video.
Extra condiments.
And you can find this video all over YouTube. That's the best part.
And has the very latest.
It's like
a wild scene inside Belfast.
Look how confident, and this is what I'm saying. I'm just like, look how confident these girls are. They don't give a fuck. They are like, none of their retard, I didn't say this, but like none of their idiot friends are pulling them back, advising them not to do this. And I said, oh, she has a pretty good arm.
Tatiana Johnson walked
Because I listened to this, because I also posted, I also streamed to like my Twitter, Twitch, like I streamed to other platforms all at the same time. So I was able to go back, even though they took this off YouTube, I was able to go back and listen to.
I like the one girl's dress, the black dress. That was,
that was
a cool dress. That was good.
Yeah. And isn't it funny? It's like, I'm like, oh, you know, they should take these plastic sheets down anyway. COVID's over. Everyone's over it. Like, I'm definitely not egging this behavior on. I'm not like, you go, girl. There was a girl twerking.
There's always a girl twerking.
There was a girl twerking on the counter. I was like, well, I hope they're going to spray that place down with extra fabuloso. You know what I mean? Like this is a French fry place. Why does the counter smell like fish? Like, I'm just making dumb jokes and then reading the article. And I could see that. I'm like, wow, this video is up on Fox, on MSNBC, all these different mainstream news channels who have YouTube channels. So I'm like, this still exists in many places all over YouTube. And so I was like, wow, it seems like they are taking advantage of, I don't know if it's a legal loophole or just a community standards loophole, but it seems kind of unjust, to say the least.
Yeah, you think? It's complete bullshit.
Yeah.
The YouTube policy on violent content. This is what got me my first strike of my 3.
The French fry fight?
No, the violent content thing.
Oh God. Okay.
And mine was not justified, but mine at least had violence in it, graphic violence. But it doesn't say anything about like showing unseemly behavior, right? It just says that you can't promote content to your audience that is shocking or disturbing, or for the purposes of shocking and disturbing them.
Right. If it had been from the point of view of the girls, like, and you see the guys like, or like a stool coming at a guy's head and like heads bleeding, it's like, I could almost understand that, but it was from the point of view of the person getting stuff chucked at them. So,
right. Yeah.
And then someone said to me, you know, maybe the algorithm got confused and thought the sauce that was being thrown around was blood. I was like, how retarded is this algorithm that they think white sauce is blood? I don't know. And then people were saying, oh, they're taking you out right before the election. Like they're doing this to, and I hear a lot of people are getting struck from something from July. I don't know if it's this video or just something else that's old, but a lot of people.
A bunch of people are eating strikes. My friend Legal Mindset just had a strike come in, I think from an old video. There's someone else. God, I've seen a couple of them just recently, and it's like all these things are a couple months old videos that got struck. It's like, did you hire a new like Indian firm to start reviewing content or something, and they're going through the backlog? I can't figure out why this is even happening.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea that, do you think this is like an attack? Like for me, it was an obvious mass flagging that was happening on my channel. But do you think that there's something like that? Like is Stuttering John just creating a bunch of alt accounts?
The thing is, I don't think Stuttering John is clever enough to do a mass flagging because clearly like he doesn't know very much about YouTube. Because he'll just like block people from super chatting. Like he doesn't understand how like the cameras work. He's an old man. Okay. He's tired. So I have a ton of trolls though. So it could be like the fans of the people who don't like me, who it's hard to know. And I've talked to so many people over the last couple of days. I've heard of any variety of reasons because I've, supported you all the way to the election is coming up and you're just a non-leftist voice that they, I only have 70K followers, but if they're doing this, if they're striking like 1,000 creators who have between like 50 and 100K, boom. I mean, if somebody can do math, that's a lot of people. I'm not Asian, but someone can figure out how many people that is. And
it's at least like 50.
At least a couple thousand.
Yeah.
So I've also heard that it is a unspoken rule of YouTube that you cannot feature or show videos that depict certain groups of people not looking good.
Really?
Which I did not
Okay.
know about. And I was like, wait a minute. So what groups of people can we show not making good decisions? White people. Okay, great. That's limiting. I
Well,
heard that
see, that's
people
the easy one. You just if you just show white people doing bad stuff, then it's fine. I don't know why you're trying to. The white people do enough bad stuff that there's
Right.
enough content for everyone, Chrissy.
That's
Come
true.
on.
I really should not. I should really narrow my search, I guess, a little bit. And I also heard that people were not only getting struck for this French fry fight video, but also for featuring the video of like the Asian guy who was defending himself in the store. That was also apparently graphic content.
Wait, the guy
Again.
who the shopkeep who
Yeah.
stabs the guy like 12 times?
Yeah.
That was pretty violent.
It's a little more violent.
But I don't think it violates the graphic content policy because there's like there's no blood in it. And that's kind of an interesting feature of like killing. Is it's often less brutal than you imagine because like
sometimes
movies,
you have a tidy murder and it's not
Yeah.
a lot of mess and it's not a lot to clean up.
well, if your guy's got like a like a black hoodie on or whatever, it's like you're not gonna see anything. It's just a bunch of puncture
I
wounds.
think
It's gonna
that's why
soak.
New Yorkers always like to wear black all the time. Yes, it's slimming, but two, if you get stabbed, people won't see the blood.
Right, and you might have to go to work afterwards,
Yeah.
which
You
is
don't
really
want to be
important.
photographed with a lot of blood on you.
I would always wear just pure white hoodies, except white people cannot do that. You cannot, like, I do not look good in like white pants and a white shirt. It's like the sun has risen. It's very dangerous.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it would be white hoodie supremacy, which we're not about.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Damn it. Yeah, just walk around in my white hoodie all the time. What's up? Goes over my
Yeah.
face.
Like
Keeps
I'm
keeps
not
my
up
face
to no
warm.
good. See, it's a white hoodie. I'm on the way to the bank to make a deposit. No worries.
I'm gonna stop by and pick up a cross I was building.
I was on my way to volunteer.
Oh Jesus. Okay, so you have this stream and it's starting tomorrow, right? Like that's the big day. And now you can't do it on YouTube. Because I don't know what your plan is.
It's secret because we don't want people to. We don't want this to happen to, any other potential place we might do it. So we're keeping it very quiet until like right before.
Okay. Are you going to be on any alternative platforms for the live
Yeah,
stream?
we are definitely looking into that. Like tomorrow, like I have to wake up early and make some phone calls and like I know I have a Rumble account. I just like I have to get in there and like see how I can link it. I'm sure it's not that hard to do. I just have never like streamed onto Rumble. I know it's like embarrassing to say given everything that's happened, but
It's kind of
you
the
get
first
lazy and you're just like
times you do it, it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Okay.
I gotta
Cool.
warn you. It's one of the parts that is my complaint for them that I'm hoping they fix is just setting up live streams takes a little bit of practice.
Yeah.
When do you start tomorrow?
We were intending to start tomorrow at like midnight after everybody gets back from the show at the Orlando Improv.
Okay, so midnight tomorrow night. Yeah, let me know if you need help setting anything up.
Ooh,
I would be
okay.
happy to hop on a call and help set something up. I don't know. I thought about offering you like a stream key to stream to my platform if you wanted. I don't know if that would be helpful. We could put up like if you have a donation link or whatever, so people could send in super chats that way. Like, I don't care. They don't have to come to me. It's just like,
Ooh, thank you. I'm like confused and intimidated by what you're saying, but I want to like learn more and see if it's possible. Like I definitely want to be like, no matter what happens after tomorrow night, like just be default streaming to like an Odyssey or a Rumble I was also streaming to Rockfin, but I think that's a little bit of like maybe more of a niche platform. It doesn't have
Rockfin,
much- yeah.
I've heard good things about it, but the thing with alt tech is it's all about where people are. Like, do we have people there? So I don't know. about anywhere else. I know that I've been doing very well on Rumble, but yeah, if there's some way I can help, I definitely want to
Aw.
do so, because I hate this.
Thanks, Nick.
I hate the censorship shit. I really do. Fucking personally hate it. And it, you know, it happened to me, and a bunch of people stepped up and said, hey, this is garbage. So I don't have a Twitter, so I can't like go out and be a keyboard warrior anymore. But if I can offer some way to like combat the censorship, even if it's like just mirroring the stream or whatever, and so people have places to watch, I'm happy to do that. That would be
yeah. Maybe I'll have to, if I can stream on OnlyFans, maybe that's an option. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that platform.
You can stream on Instagram, right?
Okay. Actually, yes, but I don't think it links to StreamYard.
Yeah. I don't know how it works. My Instagram finally got big enough where it's like, oh, okay, you have unlocked streaming and you can monetize them. Really? Why?
Achievement unlocked. Yeah. Why?
I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess. So yeah. So just if you have time, I know you're super busy, right? But if you have any time tomorrow and I can help out at all, please feel free to reach out on that, because
I definitely want to look into that. Yeah, it's tricky. I don't know if it's because I'm like on the wrong side of the internet in terms of wrong think. I don't know if it's because of this video. I mean, yeah, that's definitely a given. And I don't know if it's like definitely just a mass flagging, the election's coming up. I don't know if it's because my specific Chrissie Mayr trolls were like, fuck you, fuck this content house. I'm jealous. You didn't invite me. I think it's dumb. I want to hang out with Anthony Cumia. I'm not there. Flag, flag, flag. I don't know if it's that. So it's tricky. And YouTube, you know, they're vague as fuck. They don't tell you.
They don't tell you anything.
Yeah.
And then you make these appeals and they're like, well, nah, we're fine.
We looked into it. Yeah. And like I have people that are here that reach out to contacts they know at YouTube, and they give the same like blah response of like, yeah, I guess I can't do anything further than what's already done. And I'm like, what's the only response I got was basically a template Twitter response. I've had no response yet on YouTube, on the platform where
they don't do that.
Isn't it sad that it's like, and if I didn't have, I think, as many followers as I did on Twitter, it's like I probably would have heard nothing from them. So
yeah, the only time it's amazing. Team YouTube on Twitter is this magical thing where sometimes they respond to you, and then other times they don't, but they respond to like a Twitter account with 30 followers for a YouTube channel with like 58 followers, and they're like, hi, I'm asking when I'll be able to monetize my channel about mice.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how to get 1,000 hours. Can YouTube help me get 1,000 hours? And Team YouTube's like, oh, this is a very important question, and we're really curious about your channel. It's like, can you just like maybe work on all of the people that you're banning with these stupid strikes and like deal with those?
YouTube, I am writing in all caps lock. I don't know how to get this. I don't know how to fill up my bio.
My YouTube premium subscription isn't working, and I'm thinking of canceling it.
Where's the any key?
Oh my gosh. I hate it. I hate them. I hate how it works. I'm happy about being off of there for streaming, because I don't have to worry about it anymore. I can do and say whatever I want, and I can make all the jokes about the election. What the hell is going on? That I want or whatever. And nothing matters. Let's see.
Are you hearing a lot of noise coming from my thing? I thought muting would help, but we have some people that are arriving that are loud. So
no, I could barely hear something in the background, but it doesn't bother me.
Okay, they're probably about to come upstairs, make more noise. But if I mute it, does this help?
I mean, that helps, but it wasn't harmful in the first place. So
okay, it's about to get loud.
It's like putting Band-Aids on just my shoulder or something. Although maybe they'd grow. That'd be nice.
Yeah, it's like, it's so great that you have such a positive attitude, because like, I don't know, there was just, it just seemed like they fucking nuked you. Like, did you get 2 strikes in like quick succession, which took out your whole channel basically?
Yep, that's what happened. It was they were like, see, I got my first strike and then I got my second strike, and it was just after I'd gotten back from the 14-day suspension that I got the third one. It was like 3 or 4 days later, if I remember right.
That's what's kind of scary, because it's like if they can strike you from July, it's like they could very easily, while I'm in my timeout, find some other shit. I'm streaming like, I don't know, 5 days a week or something. How easy would it be for them to find something else, strike me again, and be like, "Fuck you, bitch."
Yeah, no kidding. That's what I'm worried about now. And that's why I'm not even over there. Because it's, for me to start streaming over there would be suicide immediately. There'd be something that would put it at risk. And I mean, to be fair, there's probably plenty that puts it at risk already, but most of it's been around long enough that it's okay. But like your example 5 months ago, oh, it's fine. It's fine.
I feel like blessed that this is an example I can be like, oh, wow, like I can actually show the receipts. I know what video it is. I know where it exists elsewhere on YouTube with no strike and no like being reprimanded of any kind, right? Like these are all mainstream channels that still play this video. So it's nice to be able to point that out. And so I am now like looking into like what I can really do in terms of like kind of calling out YouTube, which is kind of exciting, maybe scary. Ultimately, like if it is something that I can take a tiny chunk out of them, I'll feel good about that. Like it's like, all right, I'm trying to fight the good fight, doing what I can. Like if I can kind of use this to kind of make an example and really be like, hey, we caught you with your pants down here. This is blatant censorship, and you're picking me because of my political beliefs or whatever, and you're not striking these other channels because it's
because
MSNBC.
They get a pass on everything. It's amazing what they get away with.
Yeah.
And you notice they never get strikes. So what happens with those channels, it seems, is that if they have some offensive content, because the violent one that I got was this Australian knife fight. And it starts off, you don't know there's a knife at first.
Does it start off by going, "That's not a knife," and then it's like whoosh?
I wish, but I couldn't hear.
Okay.
So I don't know. But
It started
they didn't
like,
look.
I know.
They didn't look like they talked that way.
Okay.
I don't have to say. I'm going to say it that way.
Got it. Gotcha. Loud and clear.
So there's this like one group of really cool young guys walking ahead of another group of really cool young guys.
Okay.
And then one said like, Roy, crikey, or whatever. And then they do like a West Side Story dance back and forth as they're walking through this mall. It's strange. And the one guy turns around, he like lunges a couple times, and then he just goes, and he clips the guy's neck with the knife. And the guy like stops for a second, like kind of, he's not like, he just like, oh, what the hell? Like a mosquito bit him. And then all of a sudden, like there's a bunch of blood on the floor, and then he just drops and he died. And it was kind of rough. But at the same time, like you can barely see the blood because it's this like really zoomed out thing. And then I did a bunch of commentary about it. But it was like everybody was showing that video. I mean, I played that video from YouTube. Wow. Yeah. And, or it might've been from Twitter, either way, but it was all over YouTube. Everybody's talking about it. And then what happens with the news stations that you find is on their video, it stops where the guy like this, where the knife is just, and it cuts off.
Boring.
But that was later. So like, it's like they get notified that there's this thing that you can't have this, and they get the option to edit that out or something. That's what it
insider
seems like
trading. Yeah, they get heads up.
And that's what all I want is just that. Like, that's what I want YouTube to do. Oh, you got this violent stuff up there. I mean, that's too much. Can you blur that out? oh, you accidentally showed nipples or whatever. Because I did that once. That was a mistake.
Your nipples?
No, not mine. I do that on purpose only.
Yeah, stay away from those low cut tops.
So when the drinking gets heavy, this shirt comes off.
It's just a tube top. They can fly out.
But no, so it was early on. It was my first Halloween show, and I was covering the Nexium story. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, they were like sex trafficking, weren't they? They were like, it was a cult, wasn't it?
Okay, so that's the story.
Okay.
I've talked to one of the high up women at Nexium. She was like deep in it, right? And she says that that it's all bullshit, basically. That it was a thing to go after Keith Raniere, and it was a setup, and basically the FBI threatened a bunch of the women and said, you're either going to be prosecuted as an accomplice, or you need to talk to us and turn on this Keith Raniere guy. That's her take on it. Her name's Nikki Klein. She's really interesting.
Oh, I've heard of her.
I've been kind of wanting to interview her forever. Maybe I should, especially now that I'm on Rumble. But
is she a adult performer?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Okay. I was gonna say I wonder if I know her.
Think so. I don't think she's yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of
I'm thinking of Nikki Benz. Never mind.
Yeah, that's not her.
Okay. My mind's in the gutter. You know what I also heard is that you can get a strike, or they'll treat you, a regular content creator differently than like mainstream news. Is they'll deem you not a real journalist, or you are not a news source. So that's how they can work around the law or something. I don't know. It's also gay. It's very breaded.
Yes.
It's hard to know what to do.
I fucking hate it. But anyway, long story short, on the nipples, Allison Mack from Smallville was up in, like, she was one of the high ranking women too. She was one who was recruiting other women and stuff like that.
He was the Ghislaine.
Yeah. Except not kids.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's much worse.
There's a big difference between Nexium and Epstein, and one of them was having sex with children, and the other one was they were charged for these women in like coercive behavior, because it was kind of culty. I mean, it's kind of culty.
Cult adjacent. Yeah.
Not my cup of tea. But anyway, so I Googled Allison Mack on my live stream, and like third row results is just a full-on chest shot. And I was like, well, I didn't mean for that to happen.
That always happens. Yeah, you'll scroll, you'll be like, oh, well, sorry about the penis, guys.
It's a very feminine penis. But no, so but I was able to blur that one before I got a strike for it or anything. But yeah, with the violent content, it's like, can you just let me know? Because you have a blurring tool, you have a cutting tool. We could do that. No big deal.
It was a freaking 5-minute thing. I could have clipped it out, no problem.
Yeah.
Why is it not treated the same as like a copyright strike, where you refute it and you go, well, I did talk over it, and why don't they have a spot for you to plug in? Yeah, here's where other people talked about the same video. I don't know. I think it's so they can use it to get rid of people they don't like.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot to the midterm thing coming up. And I think channels like yours are really, really in the danger zone.
Which is crazy, because how does anyone take anything I say seriously? Like, I'm not a news person. I'm just making jokes, being funny. Like, the fact that I'm considered a threat is an insane thought to me.
It's two things. You're violating the cardinal rule of the internet, which is you are not allowed to have fun, Chrissy. If you have fun, somebody else who isn't having fun has to take an issue with that.
People hate fun. Yeah.
They do. It's honestly, having fun is the most offensive thing to society right now.
Because the people who hate it are people who either they don't prioritize their own fun, they forgot how to have fun, they're too busy for fun, or they have small dicks.
That could be too. That could be too, especially the women.
It's small pee-pee energy all around, man or woman.
But But yeah, so but what I think makes the channels dangerous, there's that you're like in this channel size, which is poised to, if you wanted to, and I'm just speaking from my experience during 2020 election, if you want to start just creating that content around like the elections, your channel size like will blow up on that stuff. And I think in a different way than much bigger channels and much smaller channels. It's like this sweet spot, like 80 to 150K. And for whatever reason, the distribution just like spreads out like crazy.
Wow. That's so weird.
And because that's when I broke 100,000 subscribers, was during the 2020 election. And I broke it by a lot really fast during it, because for whatever reason, my channel and a couple of my friends who are in the same sort of area, we started doing any of the political commentary, and like the ads just funneled right to those videos, and then they got distributed out. So I think they're putting channels on notice that are in that range.
So they go, look, you're ripe to possibly blow up and get even more eyes on you. That's interesting.
Yeah. I hate it. Because it's like,
I was like just talking about, the election's coming up. I'm going to cool it maybe a little where I can, where it's like not a big deal. I don't know. Doesn't matter, I guess.
It does matter. Because you've got this.
What's the point? Plan. I'm going to go work at the bank, Nick.
Oh God, don't do that. I've done that. It's horrible. It's worse than anything.
I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to go to night school, Nick. I'm going to get my.
Wait, no, go to the bank. You'll be in management.
I can cut hair.
Yeah, it's a mess. So, okay. So you've got the content house that starts tomorrow at midnight. Undisclosed locations now. Where are people going to be able to find out about this? Because you've got a ton of people. Like, give us a sampling of some names. You've got Anthony Cumia's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got you, Alex Stein,
me. Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Yeah. Gino Bisconti, Lila Hart. She's a comedian too. She'll be on the show tomorrow.
Yeah, I've heard her name.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of like, honestly, Compound Media friends of mine who are like friends and also fans, or if you watch Compound Media, you'll be like, oh, I recognize like all these personalities like Jim Stansel, Matt Mead, Marshall Beaupre. And then I got Gigi Dior, who's been a guest. She's like an OnlyFans chick, but she's also like done actual porn.
Oh my goodness.
But she's a sweetheart. She's like a mom.
Wait, is OnlyFans not actual porn? Is it like what?
I don't know. I've actually like never been on it.
Because I wonder, like, so the reason I wonder, what I'm saying is the classification, because like, does that mean we're actual news? Or like actual TV?
Brittany Venti.
Brittany Venti's great.
Kristen Carney. She's I think a comedian. Keanu Thompson. I'm trying to think because there's two houses. I'm trying to like.
Keanu, I was on Simpcast. That's where I met her there.
Oh yeah, I have a list. Oh, Carrie Smith.
Okay.
Carrie Smith will be your Carl from Who Are These Podcasts.
Oh, he's awesome. He
is
fantastic.
The best. You guys, if you're sleeping on Carl, like he makes boring, uninteresting podcasts so hilarious. He'll just take a podcast, listen to an episode of it, and break down why it's horrible, but it's very, very funny. Leanne Starr.
I wonder if he's ever done mine.
Oh, I was just talking to Kumia about you like 15 minutes ago about how great you are and how he should have you on. So I'm going to try.
Well, he should. He should. So, okay. So you've got the main live stream, but people are going to be like making videos a whole bunch, right? Like just doing stuff.
Yeah. Doing stuff, possibly their own live streams, depending on the strength of the Wi-Fi. We've been back and forth buying a lot of equipment today. There's wires all over. But yeah, definitely a lot of recording, a lot of streaming, a lot of other stuff going on other than the 48-hour live stream.
Sounds like a blast. I mean, it would have been fun to come down. I really wanted to, but we just like the Halloween time frame is so rough for us.
It is hard. People have to be with their kids. A lot of people I know, actually their wedding anniversaries fall around this time. And also the Geeks and Gamers crew and the FNT crew will be stopping by at some point.
Yeah, because they have their own meetup going at the same time.
On Sunday. So this is a big weekend. a lot of activities, and a lot of people are going to the parks, over the weekend too. There's I think the Halloween Fright Fest, but I don't have time for that right now.
Oh, I wouldn't want to go.
The people who go to Disney World are a little bit mentally ill, and I think unless you have kids, you should be embarrassed to be seen there.
It's
the people
yeah,
who go for their
actually,
anniversary there.
No, that's right.
repeat
Drunk
offenders.
3PO. Drunk. You should be embarrassed. You pile of
He's heard me
garbage.
do this rant before. It's mental illness to be into Disney as an adult. You're delaying some sort of maturing process. You're maybe stunted emotionally. I don't know. Maybe an uncle touched you during The Little Mermaid. Why are you a fan of Disney as a grown ass person? I don't get it.
There's a lot of people who are, though.
I know. I just don't get, of all the places to go and spend thousands of dollars. Why Disney World? Why not go on a cruise? Why not go to a different country? Why do you want to spend $15 on a churro?
I don't even like churros.
No one likes them. They're always too dry.
What Disney movie are churros from?
What's the Mexican one?
I don't know if there is one.
What's the one with the house that gets sad?
No, that's
That
Colombian.
implodes. Encanto.
Yeah,
maybe there's
that's
churros in that one.
That's not Mexican.
It's not?
No, I think it's Colombia.
Whatever. It's the same shit, Nick.
Like 1,000 miles
Latinx.
of difference.
All I know is every character in that movie could probably fix my roof. Okay.
That's true. That's true. I need all of them to actually come up and build my new studio. That's what I need. I need a team.
And for cheap.
I'm actually an open borders person now, just for a few minutes until we can get a damn construction crew to my house.
Yeah. I would watch Disney's Day Laborer. I'd tune in for that.
It'd be the Pixar film De Laboro or something. Dio Laboro.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh, we're having fun.
Oh God. Let me hit a couple of these super chats. Oh my gosh. Kyle Bogue. Just wanted to tell you, Nick, that your advice on the eulogy was extremely helpful. And unless everyone I talked to was lying to me, I hit a home run with it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're welcome. You're welcome. Do you know that's a service I offer? Eulogy advice.
Really?
Apparently.
That's the opposite of a best man speech, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it was weird, but no, it was good. It was good.
I'm so curious as to what your eulogy advice is.
Well, I guess it depends on the person
and how they died.
That could be very critical to the eulogy, actually.
If it was an unexpected death and quick, you want that to be short and to the point.
Yeah, maybe. Or if it was really epic, I mean, then I think you'd focus on the death event quite a bit.
Right. If you had a funny death, if you just tripped going up the stairs,
Like you stepped on a cat on your way up the stairs.
Yeah.
Like you fell on a splinter. God, that's horrible. Jay Wolfenstein. Hey, Nick, did you hear Wisconsin just added new plea options? Now you can plead not guilty, nolo contendere, guilty, really guilty, extremely guilty, and Daryl Brooks.
I thought he was going to say Alec Baldwin.
Oh my gosh. Alec needs all sorts of criminal charges. Alec
needs paid off the family. Nothing says innocent like a big fat sack of cash.
I'll make you an executive producer on the movie. What? Why? That doesn't make sense.
Why don't you put in a new hot tub on me?
It's like, well, my wife's dead, but you know what? This is a pretty sweet paycheck.
Yeah, now I get to take the kids to Disney World.
Yeah, that's weird. I was very uncomfortable with that. I was like, I don't know if I could just take an executive producer role. I don't know if this movie is going to make any money. Because it seems like the kind of movie that wouldn't make money already.
Yeah. You know what also is very sus? I feel like Kevin Spacey got off on a lot of shit from my casual following of what happened, but it got no news coverage.
Most of them died. Most of his victims died, yeah.
Oh my God.
A shocking amount of them just happened to all keel over within a couple week period. It was weird.
I heard he molested most of the people at the, what's it called? The New Vic, the Crown Vic. Theater in London? No, Crown Vic. That's booze. It has to be Old Vic.
That's Canadian.
Damn it.
I don't know what
it's the Old
it might
Vic.
be the Old Vic. I don't know anything about theaters.
It was
in
something
London.
where he molested like 29 out of 30 people there. And it's like, you got to feel bad for that one person that he didn't molest. Like that person's like, what's wrong with me?
Right. How ugly was that person?
Yeah. What's wrong? What's wrong?
What was the disqualifying factor? Were they like, were they 19 or something?
Was it the janitor? Did they smell? Were they a Republican? We'll never know.
I am trying to figure that out. Yeah, the only one I know like that was one of the big popular accusers that lived is that Anthony Rapp guy.
Okay.
So I guess, do we thank Kevin Spacey for Rent?
Wait, what?
Go Anthony Rapp. He was Mark in Rent.
Really?
Yeah. So the question is, if Kevin Spacey had never molested him at 14, would he have gone on? Would we even have Mark from Rent? Like, would he have existed? Would he?
525,600 touches. How do you measure molestation? In good times, in bad times, he's touching
maybe
your
they're
dick.
just all bad. I said, wait, maybe they're just all bad.
They're all bad.
It was yeah, that was oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go away, Ryan. Sorry, my editor's talking to me. Do you have an editor?
What? No, I don't edit anything. I think that's why I get striked.
Why I have an editor, but I don't edit anything. But every time he talks to me, I just want to fire him. He's like, "Oh, we need to have a phone call this week." It's like, I don't want to have a phone call. You're not my dad. Like, what is this? And then he's like, "Oh, yeah, make sure the screen is big." It's like, I don't want the screen to be big.
Yeah, I'm not a size queen.
I am, but anyway, no.
I think it's that thing inside you that you get annoyed with people who are like telling you to do stuff.
Yes.
But it's ultimately it's for your own good. Sometimes you're just the little, and I feel this way too, the little kid in me wants to be like, stop telling me what to do. Like, you're not the boss of me.
Yeah, you just diagnosed me with exactly what I have.
Are you a youngest child?
Yeah.
Ah, that's what it is.
So that's why it's youngest child syndrome?
Youngest child. Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone in your whole life is telling you what to do all the time.
But like, I'm like half youngest, half only. It's complicated. I don't want to get into it too much. But no, I just, yeah, I hate anybody telling me what to do all the time. I have radical opposition to anybody's commands.
And I lose my patience because it's like, oh, I know if I know something I should do, or I put it out there like a fleeting thought, oh, hey, we should do this. And then I have like a very well-intentioned like Discord mod being like, hey, remember you mentioned this thing? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, shut up. But I know they're right because it's like they just care and they're following up.
No, Ryan, as your boss,
it makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. I think that's what it triggers.
Ryan, if you kill yourself, I'm definitely going to fire you.
No,
fucker. Stop that.
He's going to write a great eulogy.
It's true. It'll be a banger.
It's just going to be you listing off all the shit he told you to do.
Exactly.
Who's making the screen bigger now, asshole?
Don't have your mic in front of your mouth.
Then where should you have it?
I'll just read all of his text
your
messages.
Mouth hole?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't talking to you. I was saying I was being Ryan talking to me.
One day I wish I could have my own Ryan who's going to be like, more cleavage. You're losing viewers.
I want him to say that to me.
Stop talking. Nobody cares. Yeah.
Kate of the Swiss says, for fuck's sake, Chrissy, yes, Nick will help you set shit up. Reach out to the rest of your YouTube friends for a shout out. Jeez, woman.
Cheese? Jeez.
Jeez with a G. But I think everybody, like, I'm guessing that you've been talking to people because you have a pretty broad network. You seem to interact with like everybody that I've ever met. It's
really heartwarming, like the outpouring of support. And maybe this is a low self-esteem thing, but the people who have like reached out to help, I thought are like so out of my league. Like, I don't know, in every way. So I'm just like, wow, you're giving me Wow, Nick Rekieta answered my phone call. Wow, like these people all I can pick up when I call, and I don't call these people like almost ever, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and they pick up like on the first try. Holy shit, what did I do to deserve this? So it's very cool.
Fortuitous. I normally never pick up a phone. It's like, fuck is Chrissy calling me for?
Like,
It's probably important. No, it was my pleasure to pick up. I hate seeing this. And of course, it just happened to me. So it's even more on my mind. It just happened to my friend, Legal Mindset, the other day. Same story. And it's like, this has to stop. There has to be a stopgap. And I don't know what it is, but for me, it's Rumble, it's Locals, it's Odyssey, it's the places where there's freedom. And we get to, most of the time, 99.999% of the time, my content is completely within terms of service. Like, don't have these problems. Just so happens like that the 3 times that I guess it wasn't, we're all right in a row. And YouTube has this dumb system where that's it. And there's no flexibility on it.
Sometimes you want to show nipples. I get it, Nick.
Only my own. I accidentally, Anna did me dirty the other day. We were going through my favorite Twitter thread. It's this guy named Django. And he's in
Unchained
Black Twitter.
Or chained?
No, he's chained. 13th Amendment does not apply. Django is chained.
Oh, no.
He's part of Black Twitter. Have you ever gone on Black Twitter?
I've heard of it. I just don't see where it is.
That's because I am Black.
Okay.
That's a big advantage that I have, is I have the ability to get into these spaces. But if you're a white person on Twitter, you normally don't encounter Black Twitter. But Django is just, he gets to post this stuff on Twitter, and you're like, how in God's name do you stay on this platform? Like, how is this even possible? Because I got kicked off for calling some idiot a mutant, and permanent ban for forever. No Twitter.
How do you
ever
see
again.
Black Twitter? Like, when your credit falls below a certain level, does it like appear?
Yeah. It's like once you get to a 597, then you're at the upper echelons.
Like in Harry
Black
Potter,
Twitter.
like what is it, the 9.5 street or something?
You can also speed run to Black Twitter too.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to get an Arizona iced tea.
Or the juice and like the little grenade bottles, the plastic grenade bottles, single like loose candy.
Exactly.
You buy snacks and the person selling the snacks is behind bulletproof glass. Right.
If they talk to you like this, it's like, "Hello, $27.50." Right.
Dude, we're all out of flaming hot Cheetos. Did you settle for taquitos?
But Django, he does all this stuff. But what he does, it kills me. He does body reviews of Black singers, like female Black singers, and they're the most raunchy and lewd things ever.
Oh my God. Did he do Lizzo? Or is that like a double episode?
No, he usually does women that he perceives as attractive.
Oh, all right. So probably.
So I was reading through his Zendaya one on stream. And that is very funny because normally he's very focused on chests and asses, but Zendaya has neither of those things. And so he's talking through that. But one of the pictures of her was a deep fake, and it's just like this shot right up her vagina. And I'm scrolling through, and I have the screen sharing up on Rumble, and I'm like, okay. And now we get to this next picture, like, oh my God.
Was it a camel toe, or was it like no panties?
No, it was a fake picture, and it was a fully it was a vagina right on screen. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't get in trouble for that at all.
Wow.
Because Rumble. Because
freedom. Because that's what freedom gives you. You can see coochie shots occasionally.
Right. Incidental, accidental vagina.
Classy. Yeah. You're not trying to see it, but you see it, and it's okay.
And I blame Anna because she was supposed to pre-screen that. She sent me the link. She's like, oh yeah, here's the one on Zendaya. I'm like, oh, okay. Just innocently scrolling through. And then all of a sudden it was right there.
Wow.
But
I want to show you. Oh God, this is Rumble, right? So
yeah,
we have a we have these flyers. Oh God. Sorry for the angle. We have these flyers that we have hanging up of things we can't talk about. Well, this is when we were like, these were printed before I got the strike. But
Right now you can talk
can I
about
show
anything.
you a flyer of what's off limits to talk
Yeah.
about?
Absolutely. Let's see.
God.
Or should I
All right,
make your
here-
screen big? Here we go. My favorite, the pork faggots thing is so funny to me.
I was like,
because,
is this real? I didn't make these.
that's
A friend made
real.
these,
That's a
but,
real food in England.
I mean, that one's
they-
self-explanatory. They're all. And then this
Stop
is
the
like,
steal. Yeah, you can't talk about stop the steal. What's that one?
it says COVID is the flu, the better publicist. It's like,
Oh, yeah, sure.
Visconti made these stickers like right when the the thing
I don't
happened.
understand the one that's closest to your hand there. What's that one?
This?
Yeah, what's that?
It's a weather person. It's a
weather person?
it's you know the thing.
It's very strange.
It's somebody who probably does your taxes, Nick. Somebody who wants to make a deal.
It actually looks a lot like the guy who does do my taxes.
Yeah.
Which is me.
Oh no. You're like, oh, it's a self-portrait. I get it. Did not make this. Oh, it's funny though.
Oh my god.
For the last content house, they made one of these. We all signed it, and then we gave it to the guy who ended up like clipping and recording the whole thing.
Yeah, don't clip anything that references any of this.
No hand rubbing. It's just like the oldest cartoon interpretation.
That thing has that thing has been around forever. It's actually really impressive.
Do you know? Oh my god! I think I was with like Brittany and Lauren Southern, and we were all hanging out, and we were playing. Is it anagrams where everyone wrote something, and you threw it into a hat, and you had to pick it up, and you just had to act it out, and people had to guess. That's anagrams, right? I don't know. Or charades. I don't know.
Charades. That's charades.
Charades. And somebody got the paper that said Jews on it, and literally all the person did was this. and 5 of us yelled it out right away, and it was right. It was.
I know this one. I know it. I know it.
I was like, also nobody does this, but it's just that it was everyone instinctually knew cracks me up. That's what I fucking love about comedies, because like stereotypes are all we have, and we can't pretend that they're not funny.
Right. No, it's great. And the best part is when people are self-deprecating and they roll with the punches because you have to, because we're all in this shit together at the end of the day, or we're not. Like, we can either fight about literally everything, or we could, actually have fun with stuff, and that'd be fine. But
right, because how satisfying is it to like be cut off by somebody in traffic, and you wait and you all look, you see who it is, and it's an Asian woman. You go, you feel good. You have a better day. You know what I mean? You go up, or it's an old person. And you're like, well, figures,
Right. Yeah. Oh, dude, I always do. Whenever I'm behind someone slow, it's like this is going to be a 750-year-old woman.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
I always go, this better be a person who just dropped a contact lens or is giving birth in their car, or they better be an Asian chick or a 100-year-old man. Like, that's all I'll accept.
But yeah, stereotypes are how we. I hate getting like serious about the topic, but they're really important to how we don't die on the average moment. Is the ability to make snap judgments based on external characteristics that we can associate with either profound benefit or danger. At the very basic one is simple. Anytime a man sees a woman, his wallet immediately runs into his back pocket, like as fast as possible. Like, no,
penis.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, no, don't get me out. Don't get me out. I'll miss you. I'll miss you so much. So like, but we use these selection criteria, and like selecting based on race isn't inherently bad. it's based on a whole bunch of experiences that we've had, and it's how our brains are conditioned to do this. Now, of course, that selection should be tempered by reality as you encounter it, obviously, but like it's just part of how we perceive the world. And that's what is good about running into people who don't give a shit about any of this, is because they laugh at those things that our brain have said, this is potentially dangerous to you. It's like, this isn't possibly dangerous. Like there's nothing wrong here, but my brain tells me that it is. One of my favorites, this guy I went to law school with, he was on Howard Dean's election campaign. Do you remember Howard Dean? The guy who's like
the sausage? No, that's Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy Dean. No, Howard Dean. He was Democrat running for president, and it was a Democrat primary, and he was polling really, really well. I want to say, I can't remember who he's with, but all of a sudden he's like, there's this campaign, there's a speech that comes out where he just loses it in the middle of his speech. He's like, we're going to Washington and we're going to win. And it's like, it's like, whoa,
are you something Fetterman would say?
Yeah. It's like he's in a metal band or something. Wow. And he just starts going off. But so this guy, I'm in law school with him the whole time, and he is super Democrat. And we'd get in fights and arguments all the time, pretty much in good fun. But then Trayvon Martin happened. I think we were talking about Trayvon Martin, but it was in the context of something else, because that was before I went to law school.
How many George Floyds ago was that? It's hard to keep track.
There's quite a few still. There's quite a few. The jogger was not a term yet. That's
jogger, please.
Jogger still meant
and
nice, comfy pants.
You can't say jogger with a hard R, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, what's up, my jogger?
Yeah. It's so sorry. So he comes up to me one day and he's just talking to me. He's like, we're just two guys. There's nobody around. He's like, yeah, I kind of agree about that whole Trayvon Martin thing. I'm like, agree with what? Like, Trayvon Martin was a justified shooting because he was bashing a guy's skull into the ground. Like that's what I said. And there's all sorts of evidence that George Zimmerman was in fear for his life. Like he had lacerations on his head. He's getting bashed into concrete. Witnesses saw like the aftermath of this fight, all of that stuff. But he's like, because when I see a black person, I go to the other side of the road. like, you're supposed to not be this. You're supposed to not be this guy. This is very confusing to me. Like, why? Why do you? He's
it's
like,
okay. We all do it.
It's like, oh, all right, buddy. I don't know why this is coming up in the middle of the hallway in law school.
Wow.
But no, it's so many people like select on this stuff, and I get it. For him, for whatever reason, it's a fear response. But
yes, I think they're trying. I don't know. I feel like the left is trying to and it's like, again, I'm not trying to say like all of one type of people do all the bad things. But I feel like the left is trying to condition us out of our gut instincts. Like the left wants us to believe, no, Dylan Mulvaney is a woman. Don't believe your eyes, your ears, your heart. That's a freaking woman. And it's like, okay, well, if we can see the reality in front of us and we're taught to deny it, well, what else can we deny? Oh, yeah, the economy's fine. Oh, the border's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. We're definitely not a laughing stock of the world. And it's just...
yeah, the border. Oh, my God.
The border.
Yeah, no, it's that's what it is, and it's permeating every single aspect of culture, right? Everything has to be aware of it. I think it was Anita Sarkeesian. By the way, who fixed her?
Who?
Anita Sarkeesian.
Who is that?
You don't know who Anita Sarkeesian is, or are you playing coy?
No, I really don't know.
Oh, she was like she was the woman that got into all the video game companies and started making them into shit. Like, because she's like, it's all racist. It's all
she's
feminist.
The Kathleen Kennedy of video games.
Yeah. She was like, she was quoted as saying, it's always racist. It's always feminist. Everything is, and we have to call it out all the time.
Oh my God. So this must be linked. Is this linked with like Gamergate or Comicsgate or something? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Gamergate. It was like Brianna Wu if Brianna Wu was born a woman.
Wow.
But yeah, so Anita went around pretending to be a gamer and then a game developer and just like weaseled her way into these spaces that didn't make any sense.
That's
that
so sneaky.
no one ever knew her from. And then she started making everything, everything had to be, well, you have to address this issue of racism in your zombie game.
Yeah,
It's
people love doing that in their video games when they're trying to escape reality and have fun.
Right. And that's the whole gist of all of this is that you can't get away. You can't escape. They can't let you, because then you might have fun. And fun is the most dangerous thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Ugh.
Ugh.
But
and
anyway,
this is crazy. Is like, if stereotypes weren't true, they wouldn't exist.
yeah, that's kind of the problem, isn't it? Because it's that they're built on things that actually happened.
They're undeniable because people have heard of them.
And and the worst part is they understand why they're offensive, and it's offensive because it's true, but it's negative.
Yeah, and it just happens a couple times. You go, okay. Like, my dad was a landscaper. If you had a conversation with him,
I didn't know you had a Mexican dad.
Yeah, he was among the last great white landscapers of our time.
There's a lot of Spanish side of the Mexico.
Right.
There.
No, he's German. Immigrated, was an immigrant, forestry school. But
did he use ashes as fertilizer?
No, I actually he never even gave me my mom's ashes. It's a sore subject. Okay. They're in his closet. The point is, my dad was a landscaper. If you had a conversation with him today about like certain groups of people that may or may not be on the Content House flyer, he would say to you, you'd be like, wow, this guy sounds really fucking racist. But if you were like to go through decades of him, working this job, and he can give you example after example of people who either shorted him or tried to bargain him down or like treated him poorly or whatever, he can say, this is my lived experience. And like, you can't say someone's lived experience is wrong. So it's like people develop their own biases based on what happens to them.
Right. Yeah, of course. Well, if you grow up in, frankly, if you grow up in Detroit, in the hood, you're going to be scared of black people. And that includes if you're black. Like,
right.
That's because you're in a bad spot. Like, that's it. I mean, I know people whose entire exposure to basically their entire exposure to a particular race or not even race. I shouldn't make it as broad, but a particular group or particular nationality would be in the context of prison, for example. And they have very specific opinions on behaviors of that ethnic group. And it's like, well, but that's all of their exposure is the lowest common denominator.
Yeah, you're gonna tell them they're wrong, that what they experienced isn't real. Like, there's a video of a guy of a certain group, like randomly, I forget what city this was in, stabs a girl in the back of the head, like just a drive-by head stabbing. And then they had a comment from the girl's mom, like, oh, well, socioeconomic factors led to this. Like, the mom couldn't even be angry, or maybe genuinely wasn't angry that her daughter like has fucking brain damage now. Because it's like we're conditioned to like, I don't know, maybe have a rageful reaction to that. Maybe you'd be upset. But it's like, oh no, it's like, oh, it's sick. It's like they're taking our humanity and I don't know, corroding it. It's weird. It's weird that you could be convinced to like not be super fucking mad at that person.
Right. Well, and for me, it's completely different. Like, because you mentioned like you can't deny someone's lived experience, but my lived experience is not bad with just about any particular group of people. So like I get the jokes and the stereotypes, but at the same time, like I grew up in a heavy minority area, I guess, where I was actually the minority when I was really little. And so like all of my friends were, I had like one white friend and everybody else was not. And that's just who I grew up around. And so then like when I go out into the world, I don't cross the street when I see unless it's a white guy coming at me. That's weird. No. So I'm like, I don't even recognize you. No, it's it doesn't bother me.
Unless
like
it's a white guy with long hair and they're like, oh.
there is actually, that's true. Like, I don't want to hear about your vegan diet program.
Agenda.
But
yeah.
But no, it just like So for me, it's never bothered me, and it weirds some people out, but it's like, well, that's mine. I don't know. Nobody's ever mean to me. I should be dead by now. If
No, it's
people
like,
are
and
gonna
I
be
don't
mean
do
to
the
me.
street crossing thing on like, I know I made a joke earlier, like, oh, we all do it, but like, I only do the street crossing thing when I'm in New York City and I go, okay, the person that's, before you even figure out what color they are, like, okay, the person that's walking towards me is like either drunk or erratic, or you can tell they're on crack, or you're like, okay, there's a
Right.
bad vibe.
Yeah, you're in New York City.
Yeah.
Or I'm in the middle of nowhere. Actually, if I see someone walking towards me that's under 80, then I do want to cross the street, actually, because they shouldn't be there. Like something is wrong. Like, why are you walking down a country road? It doesn't make any sense. But okay, hold on. Ryan
Do
North
people
says,
hitchhike where you are? Is that still a thing?
no, they just die in the winter.
Okay.
If that happens. No, you don't see many at all. We have a couple
Because
people
Uber,
who
right? Yeah.
there's no Uber out here.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's not Uber's not
Lyft?
real. No, there's no Lyft out here. There's like
No Uber
one
Eats?
taxi, and it's like
Wow.
a private guy who owns the taxi.
That guy's crushing it.
Yeah, not really.
What? People just
He's-
stay put?
I don't know. Like I represented that guy actually in a in a housing issue. But no, it's weird. There's just like that isn't a thing out here at all. So, but no, there's not really hitchhikers or anything. There's barely any panhandling because it does get really cold in the winter, I guess. But it's also just really cheap to live out here, so it doesn't take much. But it's a completely different lived experience than being like when I go to Houston or something, and you see people just milling about constantly. It's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Why are people just outside? Go inside and do anything. Get in the air conditioning.
Go to your job. Go sleep. Yeah.
But Ryan North says, legend has it the state of Wisconsin himself was in the room between counts 39 and 48 being read and smiled. Oh, God. Did you watch any of the Darrell Brooks sentencing stuff?
No.
There was one great moment. It was right after the second. So the first 6 counts were the intentional homicides. And first one, guilty or whatever. The second one, the judge reads, guilty. And the guy goes, I hope you burn in hell, you piece of shit.
Oh, no. Could they cut his mic?
No, they escorted him out of the courtroom, but he left as a legend.
Oh, wow. That's pretty epic.
Yeah,
I hope he was like,
think-
they grabbed him. He's like thrashing and he's like, ah.
No, he walked out. You know, the judge is like, nope, you can't do that because the judge gives a command. Everybody has to be quiet and respect the rules of decorum of the
I'm like,
court.
stop
But
telling me what to do.
yeah, he just dropped it. He's like, nope, you go to hell, you burn in hell, you piece of shit. And it's like, I think that he I think he was related to I think it was his mom or something that got killed.
Oh, no. All right. I get
but-
that.
Yeah, that was good. The rest of it was really boring because reading 76 guilty verdicts takes a long
He's like,
time.
no, I said ship, not shit.
Hope you burn in hell, you piece of shit.
I said piece of
You're the-
ship.
The mast or whatever. Afro Fry Cook. Hey, Nick, I'd love to get your take on the Moore versus Harper case going to the Supreme Court. Can you do a video on it? Also, Anita is garbage, but that quote is actually self-deprecating. Oh, was it self-deprecating? The actions surrounding that quote weren't.
I feel like less is more.
Less Anita Sarkeesian is definitely more.
That's better.
Let's see. There was a specific one for you here. Contrarian 420 says, can you ask Chrissy if she knows Sue Lightning? If not, can
No.
she ask Kumia how she's doing? Oh.
Maybe that's an inside joke.
I have no idea. Lagardica says, why is Chrissy showing you a print off of locals chat memes? That's a good question. I'm pretty sure you printed all of those off from my.
Okay. Again, I did not make the Content House off limits topic sheet, but
Sure you
yeah,
did.
I'm sure whoever did exactly that.
my live chat just posts all those memes. It's horrible. It's horrible.
It's fun. We're fun.
Like this one. Here we go. I'll bring this up. This is This is what happens.
Is it someone else trying to warm their hands?
No. No matter how poor you think you are, if you have a warm butthole, you have a way to make some money.
Wow. Let that be a lesson to you kids.
There's always hope. Never give
Is
up.
that a Joe Biden quote?
No, it doesn't have a pause in the middle for.
Now come over here.
Oh, Jesus.
Now come over here, Dylan.
Did you see the one recently where he's like telling that girl that she can't have any serious men in her life till she's 30?
Yes, it was disgusting. Ugh.
There's like multiple things wrong with it too.
Why don't they, when he starts to talk to a girl, why doesn't someone blow a trank dart into his neck? Like, why do they let him keep like doing this? And he's letting himself be memed.
When he grabs her arms from behind like a rapist, that's the first warning sign. It's
Yeah.
like, wait, she can't get away now.
He should have a dedicated molestation handler at this point. Like, your job is to look out for some creepy shit and then get in there and break it up.
Yeah, we need Joe to not do this.
Yeah.
That's what I need today. That's
Like,
the
no,
critical
Joe,
focus.
that's a bad Joe. And like I don't know, spray him with Windex.
Yeah, that would be good actually. The Windex thing, like right in the eyes.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
No.
I don't want him touching kids anymore.
No, it's gross. His whole family's gross.
Fat Z Jim says, Nick, prior law enforcement here. Love the content. Hey, thanks, buddy.
Ooh.
And hope Chrissie gets past this BS strike. Plus, Chrissie made my night by liking my tweet tonight. Thanks.
Oh my God. Wow.
It's cool.
I'm gonna just like it even harder now. I'm gonna like it, unlike it, and then like it again.
You got to do that. You got to go leave a comment. Like, you got to reply. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Mario Carter 13, Nick's recent behavior has been unacceptable. The lesser man is not meant to sully levels of base that belong only to the Matthew Harris. Get blood cancer. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been exploring the limits of Rumble sometimes.
Can I explore the limits of Rumble with you? There is a
what do you wanna
Ms.
do?
Pac-Man video game machine like 10 feet from me. And it's cracking me up, and I like really want to show you. Fuck. Oh my God, this is a short leash here. I want to show you what this looks like. No.
Right
Wait,
now, this looks like a perspective of Epstein in his cell.
No, why can't you see it? It's so poorly lit. Fuck.
And you've got the big screen there. It's casting all the light.
Oh my God. Sorry. Oh my God. They're going to be so mad that I moved the camera. Fuck. Because everything has tape on the ground. No. Hold on. Well, this didn't pay off.
I like your light reflector taped piece of paper.
Yeah. That's how you can tell this is a low budget production.
Professional studio.
Crinkle paper against a lamp that was here when we got here.
You know what? Before you showed me the light, I didn't think of this, but did
you were impressed?
No, did you Lysol that couch before you sat on it? Because
no.
With that light diffuser, I'm very suspicious of anything that may have landed on that couch before.
Oh, no. Well, shit. Damn it. There's this really funny. Basically, it's a Ms. Pac-Man machine, and she's sitting here like this.
Yes, I know.
But she
know
has
that one.
no pants on, no
Right.
panties, no skirt, no pants, nothing. And it's a little lewd, just her heels and a bow.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss Pac-Man's a whore.
Yeah. I had no
That's for
idea.
sure. I wonder what her OnlyFans is.
I'm crooked now. I'm tilted.
Yeah. Now you're off center.
Well, great. Now I need a man in here to fix this.
Your porn shoot got even lower budget.
Fuck.
This is an OnlyFans thing.
Keanu's here.
Oh, hey. Wait, you had it straightened out for just a second.
Okay.
It's getting there.
Oh my God. Did you notice what number room you're in?
Thank you.
Tell Keanu hi.
Nick Rekieta says hi, Keanu.
I enjoyed chatting with
Keanu.
her on your show.
Nick Rekieta says hi. Nick Rekieta, remember him from Simcast? You can see him. He can't see you.
Hey.
There you are. Oh my God.
There I am. Is she in the frame? I can't see her at
Can you
all.
walk towards the light? Oh my God, walk towards the paper light.
Oh, there she is. Hi.
Remember Nick? Is this ringing a bell?
Yes, of course.
Okay, see,
Of
she
course,
remembers you
yes.
now.
Hey, baby.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm so embarrassed. I showed our
I
paper
got a spray
light
tan.
thing.
That's why I look like this.
that you did. Oh, good for you,
Well, we're in Florida.
dude. I'm so sad. I did not have time to get waxed, so it's like there's a situation going on. Like I basically look Asian from the waist down.
So beautiful.
I have so many pubes.
That's
Sorry, we're
cool.
off topic in a big
Basically
way.
look Asian from the waist
Asian
down.
girls don't give a fuck. Any girl can tell you that's been in any kind of locker room. The pubes are not only there, but they come out. They have like they take up space. You could like knock things over with an Asian girl's pubic hair. Someone prove me wrong because my life experience tells me different.
It's like a horsehair brush. It's fine.
It really is.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna be tilted now.
That's fine. This is good. It's
It's
good.
fine.
I have an image to show you.
Okay.
I don't know. My locals is very, very. I don't know what's happening here. I thought this scene looked familiar, and turns out it's true. So
Well, a girl can dream.
Mario Carter says, "Be careful under the influence. You might end up under the influencer."
Oh, that's cute.
Wisdom.
Good
Colton
t-shirt slogan.
1993 says German Shepherds. Oh, that was referring to your video that you had. My friend
Oh, I thought it was
Drexel.
to answer the question of like what breed of dog hates Jews.
No, my friend Drexel calls all black women German Shepherds.
Why?
I never can quite tell, but I know what he means. I can't articulate it.
Because they're strong and beautiful.
No, I don't think he thinks that at all. He hates them.
Oh no.
He hates black women completely and unironically and thoroughly. It's
Why
fantastic. Because he's been around black women his whole life,
This
I
is a
guess.
question for him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, so he refers to them as German Shepherds. So Ryu 1 says, F you, Josh on demands. You are not a knight in shining armor. You need to see a therapist. You need some help. You are nuts. Oh, huh?
Maybe that was meant for a different channel.
I'm very confused. The J Forte says, Nick, would love to see you with Royce and Mersh on a stream together. We've talked about it. I've just never gotten around to it.
No,
happy to do so. Barrick D, granted, I came here for the intellectual stimulation driven by the female mind. Why the hell is your guest the size of a thumbnail?
Do you know Ariadna? Jacob?
Hi.
Hi. Oh, yeah, I
here
do.
too.
I'm like,
I'm here.
who the hell is Ariadna? Yes, no, because we're going to do.
Taylor Lorenz's BFF. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Headphones.
Well,
yeah,
that's
she
okay.
can't hear.
What
Put them
about
on your
yours?
head. No, I don't need to hear. This is
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. We got to do a show at some point here.
I know. Well, thanks for telling everybody about Chrissy's whole thing today.
Of course.
Yeah. This house is so cool. She curated the coolest group of people. Everybody's got to watch her.
I know.
whole
I wish you
content
would have
house
invited me to come down. That would have been nice.
deal. He said you didn't invite him.
You weren't supposed to tell her.
Oh, sorry. Well, I just came to say hi. I didn't mean to interrupt your stream.
okay. No, it was good.
Yeah, well, it's
Send more
nice to
people
meet
out
you.
interrupt.
I'm excited for you to roast Taylor on a stream.
Yeah,
with me.
that filthy bitch, Taylor Lorenz.
We're on Rumble, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're on Rumble.
That's safe space.
Amazing.
Yeah, I better be on Rumble. I just showed that to everybody.
I've been watching downstairs. You guys are doing good.
Fun. Yay. All right. Oopsie.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I turned to the camera around. Oh, well, I'll fix it later. No, I fucked it all up.
You look like you're in a haunted house movie now. It's getting better.
You know those ghosts, the Halloween ghosts that go.
I thought
love
that
those
was
ghosts.
I thought that was a noise that immediately preceded a suicide bombing. Like I thought that's what that was.
No.
I was way
It's
off.
the ghost noise.
I don't know what that is.
If you hear one, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Someone in
Okay.
the chat will know. It's an iconic Halloween decoration.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to. Oh wait, no, I do. It's like a motion
You
activated
tap it,
one.
it's like a little floating ghost, and you tap it, and it goes.
Yeah. God, I hate those. I hate that.
And it
so
never
much.
shuts up.
Yeah.
It just goes on for a little too long.
Shit, we've got Amazing Wireless 2 says, tell Kumia to come on or else I show up at the Justin building.
Yeah, okay. I could have someone collect him.
I mean,
He's
if you want to,
downstairs.
it's fine.
We just did a pre-tape for his show that comes out tomorrow.
Scarebro says, Polygon has an article up entitled Warhammer 40K's Anti-Fascist Future, How Games Workshop is Rebuilding the Hobby. F's in the chat for the grimdark future of the 41st millennium. Oh no, it'll be really great. Don't even worry about it, guys. I'm sure they're going to have a good handle on it. I shouldn't say that. Games Workshop's been pretty resilient, but we'll have to see what happens. Maddie P says, Conductor, we have a problem. The Discord is being overrun by new fags. The Discord is what the Discord is.
Yeah.
Discord is cancer run by furries and pedophiles.
Oh no.
And I just hate it. I just hate it. Fair and Balanced says YouTube lost money in Q3 and are striking creators left and right. Even though creators have a strike, YouTube still runs ads on their videos. However, YouTube gets the ad revenue because they're suspended. So there you go.
Okay.
100-star Chili. How many conservatives need to be given strikes on YouTube before someone fights back? I don't understand. Joe is having someone on tomorrow who was struck for pedo outing. Yeah, well, the problem is it'd be great to fight back. It'd be wonderful. And a lot of people ask me, like, are you going to sue YouTube? And it's like, for what? Like, what cause of action do you want me to bring? Because technically YouTube acted under the contract that I agreed to. We just disagree about the action.
They just did whatever they wanted. Yeah.
Yeah. And the problem is the contract reads that it's in their, basically in their sole discretion on the strikes. And so you
can't be breach of contract then?
It can, but the grounds have to be really clear. And if there's much ambiguity and unfortunately the way they communicate and what they determine, they leave a lot of room for ambiguity. If you ever read, so the harassment and bullying.
Ugh,
all
reading.
right.
No.
Do you want me to violate the harassment and bullying section of YouTube Terms of Service right now?
Okay.
It's
like
really
this is
simple.
foreplay. Okay.
It's really simple. Let's see. Who do I pick on? I got to pick on someone. I need someone who's bald.
Mr. Clean?
No, a real person. Some bald
The Rock?
person. The Rock. Yeah. Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Balding, very hit. No, I'll make fun of Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa, his face looks like it has ass cancer on it. Actually, it's lumpy in all of the wrong places. It pinches in certain spots. I don't get it. I don't think women have actually ever seen Jason Momoa's face because they get locked on his tits. Like there are a bunch of men when Jason Momoa walks in the room. They're like, oh my God, tits. These are nice. Okay. I just violated YouTube's terms of service. I'm not even joking. If you make fun of someone's teeth.
That could even be like fan fiction. That could just be like I don't know, a story.
If you make fun of someone's teeth, that's the example given on the YouTube Terms of Service page for bullying and harassment, is making fun of any inherent characteristic once. And the example quote they give is that someone's teeth are really messed up. And it's like,
but you can fix your teeth.
Right. But it doesn't matter to YouTube. But what I'm saying is, now they don't enforce that, of course. Like I make fun of people all the time, right? But they can. That's how broad, or that's how strict their contract is written. And they just waive enforcement of it over and over and over again. But then when they want to tag you on something that actually we would consider borderline, well, then it's not borderline to them according to their terms of service, you're well beyond making fun of someone's teeth.
You're like a nightclub bouncer. Like the club could be full, but if you're hot, like you're gonna get in. And if you're 40 and pregnant, you're not gonna get in. Or if you're wearing an ill-fitting dress, oh, sorry. Like it's full again all of a sudden. That's probably a bad example.
No, it's really similar because they won't let you in if you're obviously drunk.
Doorman.
Right. If you're obviously drunk, they like apparently drunk, they're not going to let you in. That's the rule because they don't want you to go in and get served more alcohol. But if it's a short on chicks night and a drunk chick walks up who's in a nice dress, she's getting in.
Yeah.
Yeah, guaranteed. So that's just the way it goes. And that's exactly how YouTube works. This is literally the reason for the rule. Leaf, is that a real picture? Is this a real person? The fuck is this?
What?
Is this Leafy, chat? Is this a real person?
Some of their face looks missing.
I don't know Leafy at all. I don't have any reason to make fun of them.
Yeah.
That looked almost photoshopped. Is that real?
I didn't see any
It's
leads.
altered? Oh, it's altered. Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's like that doesn't look. I mean, that's a negative chin. That chin exists in an artist's imagination.
He owes us chin.
Yeah.
God's like, I owe you one chin.
His chin credit score is African American. It's very bad. Okay. Fair and Balanced says, sorry I couldn't make it this weekend, Chrissy. I'd rather be sitting next to you on the casting couch right now. Sucks this is happening to you. We're going to fight for you, babe.
Room, Farron. Your invite still holds. Oh, it is sticky.
Is there room, Chrissy?
Yeah.
Have you met Farron?
I invited her too.
I'm joking. It's an ongoing joke where I call Farron fat.
Oh, no, she lost weight, didn't she?
Yeah. But she's not there yet, Chrissy.
But not enough. That's how I feel about myself. One day.
Jadine says, fuck those gaggle of cucks at YouTube. Love you, Chrissy. I be simping. 100-star chili. I would support a lawsuit through a GoFundMe. Yeah. Ooh. A lot of people
go
would
sue me. Sounds like an Asian restaurant.
I know a lot of people would support that lawsuit, but you really have to have the right case, and the right case is really hard to find.
The right case.
I hate being our age.
I thought you were going to say that with me.
I did. I did.
Okay.
You didn't hear me?
No, I was too loud for my own ears.
I did the low.
You were the baritone.
Yeah, you gotta have that guy.
Did you just say I hate being our age?
Yeah.
Why?
I assume you're my age, or around somewhere near my age. I don't know.
Probably because we're same level of awesome.
There you go. No, because it's like when you bust out like a 90s reference and then everybody's like, oh, yeah, that was when I wasn't born yet. It's like when I was.
My brother was a huge MC Hammer fan. I remember he'd be in the kitchen and I guess he'd be listening on his Walkman or something, and he'd be like, "Here comes the hammer," and my mom would look out the kitchen window. Where?
Surveyor 8587 says 44-year-old vet who got Twitter just to see Friday Night Tights memes tweeted for the first time just for Chrissy. If ever in Ohio, let me know. I will buy dinner for you and filing cabinet.
Wow.
That's Frank, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I thought so. Barrick D, YouTube streamers are merely guinea pigs for testing the future of AI governance. Stop feeding the algorithms.
Oh.
Could be. Paragrunt, down here in Texas, the killer of Harris County SO Deputy Sandeep Diwali was, or significant other Deputy Sandeep Diwali was sentenced to death. Sandeep was a great deputy to have around on EMS scenes. Have a drink for him, just as I am. Oh, okay. I can do
the
that.
beauty is only Sandeep. It's an old Indian saying.
Yeah. And now he's murdered. It's
Oh
nice.
no! Right. Oops. Bad timing.
No, it's fine. There's never bad timing.
That'd be great for his eulogy.
There's only
If
bad
anyone's listening who
audience.
knows him, just take that line. I'm never gonna use it.
Yeah. You use it.
Actually, no. If I'm like making fun of Bollywood, I might use it.
That's true. Yeah, that'd be good. To Sandeep, cheers.
Wait, you have a
rest in
square
peace.
glass?
Yeah. I got it in Maui.
How fancy.
Yeah, it's from the Kula Rum Distillery.
Ooh.
I think they do. They're the ones who do ocean vodka. It's in the
Really?
little blue,
Is
like,
it salty?
no,
Oh.
it's ocean organic vodka.
Are there
It's made from
plastic
sugar
straws in
cane.
it? With
Mm-mm.
like turtles. Like
No, it's pretty good vodka. I prefer Tito's. I don't drink a lot
I
of
love
vodka.
Tito's.
Yeah, Tito's is a go-to. Let's see, what do we got here? Exenter says Biden's Secret Service code name is now Chester, the molester.
Oh, got it.
Night of Hope, Asian girls don't bother shaving because they're not attractive.
No, because they don't need to. There's so much Asian girl hype.
Yeah,
They're
there's a
already
lot of
like
thirst.
top tier females. Why they need to shave their pubes? They've already impressed everybody.
He says, well, one other reason, but I guess I won't say it. Yeah, I will. They look like children when hairless.
Wow, you went there,
Well, he did. I didn't.
but you read it.
We did it, Reddit. Minor Zircon, Anita Sarkeesian quote, everything is racist, everything is sexist, and we must point it out. She was saying that to the UN. Yeah.
Oh man.
Avralian says, touch grounds. The record? Objection. Minor Zircon says, is Christie on the casting couch? If so, when is the filing cabinet going to Coombe?
Oh, we've been so busy. I've barely seen him. Do you know TSA touched his dick more than I did this week? It's very upsetting.
Why was TSA touching his dick?
We both did pat downs because I don't like
You
to
didn't
go
do the-
through the machine.
You didn't do the micro thing?
I don't like to do that.
Why not?
I don't. My mom died of
I'm-
brain cancer. I think I'm like
Okay,
skittish
yeah.
around radiation.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I hate it too, but I was
Yeah.
just curious.
If
what
I
your
have
reasoning was.
time, I'll go for the pat down. And you know what? Like my love language is physical touch, so sometimes I do need that pat down. But like they were patting down Frank, and we walked away. He was like, "That guy just touched my dick."
They should let you do a $50 option to choose your TSA agent for the pat down.
Yes, and like the degree of pat down you want.
Right. Like
Yeah.
for $100, you get like a full pressure pat down.
Yeah, it seems like this Frank's TSA agent was like,
From an
"Oh, I
Asian.
feel like this. You have explosives down here."
Are you carrying a package? I don't know. Why
Yeah.
don't you find out?
He was
Jesus.
inspecting it.
No, I did it once. My wife and I showed up to the airport really early. And I was like, I don't want to go through that fucking machine. So I'm going to do the pat down. And it took forever. And it was like, they do it out in public.
They will throw you off it. First of all, TSA, they don't want to do it. They don't want to do any extra shit. So they'll go, oh, well, it's going to take a long time to get someone. This happens every fucking time because I do
Yeah.
it every time I fly. Oh, well, we're short staffed. Well, it's going to take a long time to get a female. And it's like, you wait 5 minutes, really, most of the time, and they'll get somebody. They just want to dissuade you from doing it because they don't want to do it.
They brought over this dumpy looking guy who talked like an absolute idiot. And he's like, sir, no, like it was like a joke from a movie. It was weird. He's like, I'm going to use the back of my hands and start at your
Yep.
buttocks and move down your
Yep.
calves.
Do you have any sensitive areas? I'm like, I don't know. Do
Yeah.
you? What do you think they are?
It's like, put a few drinks in me. We'll see how sensitive they get.
Yeah, why
Like,
don't you
come
keep
on.
checking that area over and over again for an extra 20?
Yeah. Nowadays,
Why
I
don't you use
just,
the front of your hands? Let's
I've
go
just-
nuts. It's Friday.
I've just surrendered to the machine these days. Like I just go in, I get my stupid dick scan, and then I leave, and I'm like,
No.
fine.
Look, is the particle machine going to text me tomorrow? No. The TSA agent might.
The TSA agent might. Oh my God. Paragrunt says Harris County Sheriff's Office should have clarified. Oh, I said significant other. Yeah, that was bad. Yes. Yes. And again, cheers to Sandeep. It always sucks when a public servant gets killed. And they're not being a piece of shit. That's the key aspect of that, really, is that they're not being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple more over here. Lagardicus, why is Chrissy showing you a print off of Locals chat memes? Oh, I read that one. And these. Contrarian 420, thanks for asking. Even if she didn't know, your papal beneficence is a home. Wait, what? I don't know. What the hell? I don't know what the Sioux Lightning is.
I don't either.
Yeah. I'm missing that one
I feel
entirely.
FOMO. Yeah.
Yeah. Ben SC says, Oy vey, another picture of Uncle Arthur. Tara Rayner, Trudeau has ties to the Seagram family.
Another drink. I have like a truly. Wait, I'm doing this wrong. I should have muted myself and then whispered.
No. You should have just yelled it. Just give me another drink.
I was trying to be polite.
What? Why?
I don't know.
We're on Rumble. Be unpolite.
Try to make a good impression on Rumble.
Experience freedom.
Should I take my bra off? No. Nobody wants that. After a long day, I like to unsnap it.
The Rumble audience.
What?
I think you underestimate the Rumble audience and what they're after.
I don't see the chat. I have no idea what's going on.
I just think that they'd probably agree. I'm not saying you should. I'm just thinking that they wouldn't mind. So, because like every time you stand up close to the camera, I just see a bunch of breast assy art.
Maybe we could do Rumble fans.
Rumble fans.
Ronry fans. No, that's Asian sounding.
So is there going to be OnlyFans content going on at the content house?
Yeah, probably. We have two houses. And people have been calling one the wet house and one the dry house. I don't like that characterization. Like there's this house where the stream is happening from, then there's the other house, which is like not the stream.
The wet house and the dry house. So one of them that's not alcohol related, I'm guessing.
Yeah. That explains the couch.
Let's see. What do we got? Oh yeah. Tara said Trudeau has ties to the Seagram family. The two daughters were caught up in the sex cult with Mac. Sorry if you got nuked, Chrissy. They're fucking bigots. Nick, your favorite Canadian stuck up for you today. Someone said you like cock sandwiches. I lost it and told them to stop lying. Nick doesn't like fucking bread. Exactly.
You know, I don't like cock sandwiches. Yeah, too much bread.
It's like, do you ever see when The Office had James Spader on for a while?
No, I missed that.
He drinks this drink and it's like, it's got the translation on screen. It was like coconut and semen. And he takes a sip and he's like, too much coconut.
Do you want to say hi to Nick? Oh, shit. Okay. It's still uploading.
Okay, I got some headphones.
He doesn't want to say hi to me. Rude.
He has off-camera vibes. He doesn't want to make it about him.
He could just yell really loud. It's fine. What's up, Frank?
Her thing.
Wait, you want to talk about Farron?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Ari's taking over.
No.
Oh, wait, you can hear now?
I have my own mic.
Yeah, there's 3 here. Sorry, we're like
okay.
Totally.
How well do I have
mics.
to know you for me to get? Well, she did lose weight, and I think your like little roast helped.
Who?
Oh yeah.
I want to get roasted one time. Like maybe we gotta like meet each other first, but I feel like it really did wonders. So,
Do you want me to fat shame you?
Not tonight. I don't
Not
know you
tonight.
well enough yet.
Okay. How did this become my life? I don't know what happened. Wait, I get to call women fat for money? Oh, okay. I guess I'll stumble into that career.
Yeah, it's not like fin dom, but like
Farron
fat
looks
fat
so
dom.
good.
Well, as long as it works, that's the trick. I'm trying to make women skinny again. Men too. Hashtag men too. Because it's embarrassing out here. But so Ariana, what are you doing? What are you doing at the content house?
Well,
Like,
Chrissy's so
what are
nice
you
to
doing
invite
here?
me. I'm like, I used to be behind the scenes, but then I
Right.
had my whole life taken away. So I'm like, I might as well be a YouTube grifter.
front
that's
of
the
the scenes.
spirit. Yes, I love that. No,
She's
Okay,
here because she
so-
knows first aid.
no. So if people don't know Ariana's story, you kind of, I don't want to say managed a content house, but like helped people get into a different type of content house, right? Like,
Yeah, no, I did.
Ac-
I did manage a couple content
Okay, yeah.
houses.
yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. Like you were an agent basically who brought people in to these places where all of the content house material I've ever seen looks like living in a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
because
my
you have to be
gosh.
around these other personalities all the time, and
It
they're
was
all
like,
assholes.
yeah, it was kind of like living in the dorms with a bunch of really narcissistic young people that didn't have to pay their own rent and, got to live in there in exchange for doing certain things, which, they ended up not wanting to do.
Sounds like my dorm room. What things did they have to
Nobody
do?
forced them to sign anything. Every time I worked with anybody, I made sure they had an attorney because I didn't want them to say, "Oh, she made me sign this on," and we heavily negotiated almost everything they wanted. I was just like, "It's fine," because I used to be young. I was kind of stubborn and
You're still young, baby
stupid.
girl.
But I wasn't, mad at them necessarily for thinking they knew it all because I'd been there. But I think it was when people started getting in their ear, like potential journalists and talent agents and people like that. It was, I don't think people realize, but my old clients, Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio, they've made $70 million since 2020 when I represented them.
And Charlie has her own Dunkin' Donuts drink, which I noticed during the pandemic.
Yeah. I mean, it was a time where talent agents couldn't get work, right? Because there's no travel. There was no, what's it called? The pandemic was going on. So
you couldn't go anywhere.
There's no touring going on in Hollywood, and there was no actors in shows. And so talent agents were getting really cutthroat because they were getting basically they were getting laid off by the dozens. And so at the time, people kind of probably thought I was some type of conspiracy theorist, like, "Oh, who's after you, Ari? Nobody's really after you. How much money can these people really be making?" They didn't realize how much money there was going to be made in this. And when you're in it, you obviously understand what's going to happen. I mean, I kind of could see the future in terms of that industry.
It's amazing because I've done very well on YouTube and social media and stuff, and it pales in comparison. It pales in comparison to what some of these people make. And I don't think people, we have this like casual pedestrian look, and we're like, "Oh yeah, they're a content creator and they do okay." And it's like, then you see how much money they make and you're like, holy Jesus, like it's this insanely lucrative thing.
Totally. I mean, the thing that was really tough for me was that my whole career, I was one of those people that just I worked for free a lot of the time just to try to get reps, repetition in my field. And there wasn't a clear path to becoming successful in the digital space. My mentor was Gary Vaynerchuk, and I felt because he sort of championed me to his people that I had an opportunity. But then in the article, she kind of took that away from me too. I mean, they said some terrible things about me in the article, but the thing that hurt me the most was that basically the person who I wanted to be like his protege, she made it seem like I name dropped him and didn't know him, when that wasn't the case at all. But it really hurt because it's like, that was my credibility in the space, was that the other influencers were like, Gary Vee knows Ari, he loves her. The brands were like, Gary knows Ari, he loves her.
Right.
And even in the new filed complaint, we included a clip of Gary basically saying, he was giving another creator a Super Bowl commercial, and he literally told her, he's like, "You're great and everything, but the reason you're getting this deal is because of my relationship with Ari, and because I want to pay back a friend who I adore, and I really love Ari." I mean, he's saying this, and this was publicly posted on YouTube. So Taylor, the fact that she didn't do her homework and wrote in the article that she asked me before she published, were you mentored by Gary Vee? And I said, yes. And in the article, she writes, Ari claims she was mentored by Gary Vee. We called Gary, and he's not affiliated with Influences, which was my company. So yes, he wasn't my business partner. Now, that's not one of the claims where I think it's defamatory, but it just goes to show the type of person that she is.
Yeah. So let me back up a second for the benefit of the chat, because some people aren't familiar with who you are. This is Ariadna Jacobs. She represented as an agent and I guess as a manager, basically, several content creators a couple years back. And these content creators, many of them have very large social media presences across different platforms. made millions and millions of dollars. I think at the time, if I remember reading this right, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but they were like, you had like 19 of the top 20 creators in some, was it on TikTok or was it?
So yeah, I tell everybody it was kind of like finding a bunch of ponies in a field, and then all of a sudden one day they sprouted wings and horns, and then I had a bunch of unicorns, because when TikTok first started, nobody really took that platform seriously or the creators on it. And so I kind of had a monopoly on TikTok stars that went on to make tens of millions of dollars. And so, you know, I was set to make a lot of money representing these people. It's not like I was grifting off of them when I represented them, because when I first represented them, they weren't making any money. I was asking people and companies and brands, and I was educating the brands on why they should hire them. Now, when they absolutely went BOGO big, obviously then the brands were just throwing money at them. But in the beginning, when I was representing them, people were like, I don't really understand TikTok. How does this work? And
it's unreal how much TikTok ads run for when you get into the range of having 20, 50 million followers on TikTok, which TikTok followers like don't matter for a really long time, and then they matter a whole lot. But we're talking
Charlie has, I think, over 100 million followers on TikTok, and the Hype House, which now has like a Netflix show. I was representing 5 of the creators, the top creators on that show. And so it was like kind of a time where everybody
well, correct me if I'm wrong.
This is so much better than the Hype House.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
like HPV house.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I want a high five on that one.
Not anymore. Not after that one.
Did you see Alex Stein, I think, caught something from that lady that spit on him.
What? Really?
Yeah.
He caught AIDS. No, but correct me if I'm wrong. Like, so they'll do these, they got TikTok videos. They're like, what, up to 3 minutes long now. But it used to be 60 seconds or whatever. And if you've got 50 million followers, you can get paid something like 15 grand to do a TikTok video dedicated to one product.
Some of these people were making 200 or 300 grand posting, because you know this is basically like Super Bowl level. Think about it too, during the pandemic, when there's no other form of advertising for brands.
God, what am I doing with my life?
Dude, it's, if you have to get to the top 0.1% of TikTok, but when you do, the money that comes in, and I don't know why, like I don't know what company looks at a TikTok video and goes, you know what, this person is going to make back our $200,000 investment on a 40-second video.
I think I know what it was. I think that that Instagram at that time started becoming really a lot of like bachelor people be like, here's this product, swipe up. And people didn't really like that form of advertising. Yeah. Whereas when you get on TikTok, it was like Chipotle doing these really creative things and more of like the traditional like television ad, not direct response. And so because people were consuming the content and the brands started to basically create the ads based on the influencer. Instead of giving them a creative brief and saying, you have to say this, they were telling the creator, what do you think the audience, the Chipotle audience would like? You make whatever it is.
Not to have diarrhea.
Yeah, or salmonella. I mean, if we're talking Chipotle, Chipotle has more salmonella scares per minute than I don't even know how to finish that joke. I tried to take it in a dirty way and I couldn't. That's just how bad it is.
You want to eat Chipotle and wear white underwear?
You guys remind me of, I had this girl who was the kombucha girl. She went viral for drinking kombucha, and we're at Twitter and she's literally like getting a kombucha deal. And she's like, I don't even like kombucha. And like in the back, like, shh. Like, stop
Shut your mouth, bitch. Take the fucking contract. Do you want a
Chipotle membership?
I kind of do now.
I mean, sponsorship.
But it's an unreal amount of money. And so to kind of wrap this story back into,
love you a long time.
To kind of wrap this story back into who you are. So Ariadna is managing these people, getting them brand deals. They blow up, and then Taylor Lorenz, everybody's favorite slut from the I'm drinking too much and I'm on Rumble. Everybody's favorite harlot from the Washington Post or whatever decides to write an article about you that's got a bunch of defamatory statements, and you get ixnayed out of the industry. And you were saying you stood to make a ton of money, and so you don't have to disclose the actual deal, but I'll just say that like a standard sort of deal on these things is, you know, in the neighborhood of 10%, 20% for agency representation. So if you've got an agent who's going to make 10 to 20%, and then several creators who are going to make $2, $3, $4 million a year, it's extremely lucrative. Like you're coming in with hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially per creator, so long as they stay successful. And and believe me, guys, if I could pay someone 10% to make me $200,000 ad deals, I would pay them 15% to do it. Like it's infinitely valuable to have, and it's hard to find good agents to find these ads. And so like when you get shut down, I mean, she's cutting you off of a 7-figure income.
Well, yeah. And I was also consulting for the brands, like the brands, big brands were calling me to say, how do we advertise on TikTok? Paying me tens of thousands of dollars in consulting fees because there wasn't that many people that I just was basically early in the space. And so they kind of saw that I had something they wanted. And I didn't realize at the time, but Taylor was represented by this company, United Talent Agency, which is like a behemoth talent agency.
Wait, Taylor Lorenz is represented by a talent agency?
Yeah. And so there was a huge conflict of interest.
UTA, not to be confused with a UTI, which is what it feels like when nobody wants to represent you.
So,
so she was represented by my competitors, essentially.
But she's just like a journalist, right?
She's a journalist. And then, well, yeah, but she got a book deal through UTA.
Oh, see, that's the trick. Yeah.
And then Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio also signed to UTA. Those are the ones that made $70 million. So probably UTA made $7 million.
Ugh.
Why would anyone want to read more than one page of whatever Taylor Lorenz had to write?
I don't know.
You don't have to answer. Sorry. You've got, okay. So the bow on the story is Ariadna has retained one of my favorite law firms in the country. The Dillon Law Group, headed up by Harmeet Dillon, who's a fucking powerhouse, and an absolute titan of law right now. She is out fighting every big name. One of the first cases I covered on my channel was James Damore versus Google. And Harmeet Dillon was representing James Damore, working really hard to get his story out about how Google was going after conservative men, particularly in their treatment and excising them from the company, preventing them from being hired and finding any excuse to fire them. And of course, James Damore's story gets absolutely cucked by an arbitration agreement, and it piddles out. But the story got out there, and it's because he had a law firm that was willing to fight. Another member of the Dillon Law Group is a relatively frequent guest on my show, Ron Coleman, who's an absolute gem and another just powerhouse attorney. Yeah. So they're representing
and great
you.
In bed.
Look.
Well, I will say I don't
like
so
circumcised
cool
men. So
how the community on YouTube and the creators on YouTube in your guys' sphere has really made an impact, because I'll tell you, when this first happened to me, I went to the attorneys I had at the time, and they're, in so many words, they're kind of like, you can't sue the New York Times. Like you only have so many options. You can either sue the influencers, which who will ever sign with you again if you go around suing a bunch of kids? Plus they weren't really making that. At that time, it was like, what were they going to pay me? It was just, don't go down that route. You're going to seem like the bad person again.
They could pay you in weight loss gummies.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And then, okay, you could sue the talent agency, but this is a sharp elbowed world, and it would be, they have deep pockets as well. And by the way, I'm like basically bankrupt, or not bankrupt, but I have
destitute.
Destitute. There's no more money.
Stamps.
Yeah. So that wasn't on the food stamps, but it was pretty.
We've all been on food stamps. It's okay.
But and
some
then,
of us have been on too many, Ari. I was starting the fat roast early. I'm just giving previews.
Oh, I couldn't hear. I didn't hear.
Yeah, I missed it too.
Damn it.
I just try to keep my weight up here, I'll be okay.
Top heavy. That's what they call it.
I'm like the Kool-Aid man.
Is that why you keep bursting through walls here?
Oh shit.
But yeah, so basically they told me you really can't sue the New York Times. But I'm like, well, what else am I going to do? And so I just got obsessive about learning other people that she canceled. And then, just through the community and learning the story, I found an attorney,
Celino and Barnes.
Joe Sibley was my original attorney that filed, because you have to file it within a year in California. And I live in Vegas now, but yeah, we filed it in New York, but very few attorneys are going to take a case like this on contingency, like against the biggest, an $8 billion giant, New York Times. But I think it's great though that Taylor left the New York Times, because now I kind of feel like they're responsible for her.
Yeah. I thought
But
she was
like,
Washington
I don't feel like
Post.
I'm fighting them. Huh?
I thought she was Washington Post.
She was at New York Times when she wrote the story about me.
Oh, okay. But now she is at Washington Post. So like, I'm right on that. Okay. I
So
was
I'm
like,
still
God,
suing New York Times, but I'm saying
good.
like,
Fuck them. Raw and dirty.
they're responsible
and
for her, but it's weird. She stopped tweeting and everything like 3 days after I filed the lawsuit. And then she didn't really write that many stories for New York Times. So I wonder why she ultimately left. Like, I wonder if they were like, hey, you need to stop. You just got us sued. The New York Times hasn't lost a defamation lawsuit since the 1960s.
Whoa.
But they're in a nasty one with Project Veritas right now, and that might have them scared.
Yeah.
Because James is out there taking scalps. And
I watched your stream from like a year ago about the Sullivan versus New York Times. Like, I think that is going to be really interesting as well. See what happens with that.
yeah, because any of these cases, and how poetic would it be to have like O'Keefe versus New York Times or Jacobs versus New York Times be the case that goes to the Supreme Court and challenges and changes New York Times versus Sullivan. That'd be really it'd be insane. And it needs to happen. And I know Clarence Thomas is chomping at the bit to redo New York Times versus Sullivan.
It's just so important that people like you tell people about it and get people to understand why it's so important. And then, I went on Viva and Barnes, and then Harmeet joined the lawsuit. So I'm just saying, the community and these smaller channels, even though they really do make a big impact. And so other people, I hope that at least I can be an example that if you get canceled and you don't have anything left, like you can find a community that will help you, and you just have to be like resilient and just go for it. I feel this is one of the best accomplishments I've done, just being able to file the lawsuit. And when people say, I'm so sorry that happened to you, I'm like, I'm not. I think I was like, this was meant to happen, and like, let's go to war,
Yeah, and it's and the thing is, I was talking about this earlier because people were asking me if I was going to sue YouTube, and it's a similar situation. Like, you're trying to sue Goliath, you better have fucking David. I'm not sure I'm David, right? Like, because I say some spicy stuff, and I knew that I treaded close to the line on a lot of my content, but you're more like David against the New York Times. Like, you're out here just doing this stuff, and then you get a defamatory article written by a fucking grifter, like the truest sense of the word grifter, which is Taylor Lorenz, who
you know why she's like David? Because she rocks.
The best part of the new complaint that Harmeet filed is it has so many receipts. Like they wrote something like that said that I didn't pay the electricity in April during the pandemic, and they had to flush the toilets with
Neither
pool
was
water.
anyone though.
No, but here's the thing. They said that the utilities went down in April, and then we provided receipts that there's no way that the utilities went down in April, because there was a moratorium on utilities in California starting in March. So there's just like very provable things like this didn't happen, or text messages, screenshots that like show provably that a bunch of things did not happen. And so I don't know if I don't think they were expecting sort of like the big guns to come in, but it's going to be really interesting to watch what happens.
Yeah. And from what I've seen of your case, you look like the type of plaintiff who's a good plaintiff to go against the New York Times. You have significant losses.
Great boobs.
Well,
does that help at all from a law standpoint?
Yes. So
of course it does.
If this goes to court, do I have to go in looking really homely?
I hope.
Yeah.
Not.
Does she have to do Amber Heard, or can she like?
Don't know. I was saying that whole trial. You have to walk. You have to tread the line of like hot but not ridiculous.
Okay.
Because if you get before a jury, you want the jury to like see you and you want them to be drawn to you because you want them to believe you, right? Ultimately, I'll say it's the laws of attraction, but that's not really what it is. But it's the idea of have attention that's not negative drawn towards you so they can start to trust you. And the way you get people to trust you is to get them to look at you first. Because if people won't look at you, they don't care what you have to say, no matter what. But you don't want to be ridiculous, obviously. But that was, I think, a big part of Amber Heard's problem. Because I said this a ton of times. She had a winnable case against Johnny Depp. She really did, just the way defamation law works. I don't think she deserved to win, but she had a winnable case. But she came across as a cold, frumpy bitch the entire time. And she gave the jury no reason to believe her by the time she got to the stand. They had 5 weeks of sitting there watching her come in looking like a German Fraulein, right? Like with her hair done up in these,
like professionally done.
And in very severe styles. And then when you contrast it with Dr. Curry, who is Johnny Depp's expert, who comes in and like her hair was great and very sexy, but it wasn't professionally done. But it also wasn't like slutty, you know? It was, she walked this line of walking in there. She looked like a professional, but she also looked like a real person. And she looked like she didn't do 10 hours of prep to show up to the case. And when she sat down,
home to mom.
or call mom, one of those two. Like you call her mommy. No, but when she would sit down, you know the jury's looking at her, and because they're interested, and she frankly looked better than Amber Heard, and I think that played a huge role in her credibility versus Amber Heard's. And so
I've had people tell me like, don't post any pictures on Instagram where you look too hot, because then or like you look too dolled up or wearing cute clothes, because then people are gonna think that you didn't lose enough. And I kind of just want to go in feeling confident, because I feel like if you're David versus Goliath, people have to believe that you have strength, and I think that's what people admire about other people is just that feeling of like strength, and
No, and okay, so we're in a different world. I'm not your lawyer.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm very much not your lawyer on this, but if I have a feeling about Harmeet and how they practice, I think they may agree with this. When you're in the world that we're in, when you're in the world of social media, which is quickly becoming the real mass media, you need to leverage everything all the time, because the lawsuit may fail. But what happens after the lawsuit depends on how you act during it. And so to me, it's like, if I'm thinking about your case and I'm thinking about you, I'm like, no, I want you posting good pictures on Instagram. I want you projecting strength. I want you being marketable.
Reading a book, not upside down.
Never reading a book.
What?
No, but like I want the leverage of the social media platforms to be used to the maximum, because if you don't win the lawsuit, but you win the people, then your social media platforms become the vehicle for your success after the lawsuit.
Right.
And I have a friend who was in a very big Me Too lawsuit that I covered heavily on the channel. And my opinion was very different than other people's opinion on how that person should approach their public face. And I thought from the get-go, they should be engaging their fan base, engaging their community, getting out in front of it, being very public and open about the fight that they're in, because people want to stand next to someone who's visibly fighting. And I saw during the coverage of that case, a bunch of people going, where are they? Why aren't they talking? Where's their comments? Why aren't they talking to us? And so for me, my opinion is very much, and this is not the opinion for normal human beings who have the decency to not be on the internet, but we're all fucked. And so like, if I get sued, you bet your ass I'm going to have like Black Thong OnlyFans content coming. Like I'm going to explore every avenue to to leverage every last drop of my fan base, because they're the people who have stuck with me so far. They're the people who stick with me through the fight, and they're the people who won't listen to an unjust decision. So that's my opinion.
Well, I think too, just, there's just new times. Like, I think that the traditional way, they tell you like, don't talk to anyone, don't say anything. And now you have like different ways to deal with it. Like, you saw how kind of Dave Portnoy dealt with his situation. I'm not saying that's necessarily the right way, but people that understand the internet are going to like, it took everything in me right when everything happened to not want to put out content and do all these things. Now, I'm glad I restrained myself in some aspects, because I'm glad I didn't really go after the influencers, because it's a bad look, right? It would have been a bad look. And even though I was hurt by what they said, now looking at the bigger picture, it's very clear that they had an outside influence,
Right.
that was doing these things. And so when you act too fast before you have all the information. Now, the other thing that I did that I would encourage people to do when they're in a situation is, just because you're not a lawyer doesn't mean you can't watch lawyers on YouTube, you can't read case law, and you can start to understand like how the law works. And so I think through watching like the Johnny Depp trial, I mean, all these things the last 2 years, I read the Gawker, everything that happened with Gawker and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
I mean, I read everything there was to read. I spoke to every attorney, Charles Harder, Todd McMurray. I talked to all these people.
Elle Woods.
Lisa Bloom, even. I had a 45-minute call with her. I mean, it was so interesting diving into this. And these people gave me advice. I mean, they, not legal advice, but it was kind of like, okay. And then I got introduced to people. And so anyway, it became like a whole thing of understanding of, okay, just because people tell you can't do something doesn't mean you can go research anything you want. Everything is figure outable. We all have the ability to go on YouTube and read. And I think that's what people need to understand is like, you have so much knowledge at your fingertips to this day and age with the internet, that like, we can do things that haven't been done in 60 years or 50 years or whatever. It's just a matter of getting with the right people. And that was the other thing I learned is like, I remember a big person on social media that's a big tech person was like, go find everyone that Taylor destroyed. And even though you may think that they're a bad person because you may have read something bad about them, they probably think you're a bad person because they read your article. So try to put that aside and have some empathy. And I think that was one of the best pieces of advice, because as I started learning the stories, I'm like, well, this is bigger than just me. This person is doing this to many people. And we need to like, we had in the amended complaint, there's an affidavit or a declaration from another guy that got defamed by, or that got negative things written about him by Taylor. And the source for that piece came out and said, Taylor she accused this guy of fraud. And then the source came out and said, she never even asked me for any evidence that this guy committed fraud. So now her sources are going back. But so you see that we got that from his case. And so just because if you get attacked, you really have to just find good people to stand by you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
just like what you're doing for Chrissie and her YouTube channel.
Oh.
Well, I'm benevolent like that. It's true. You laud praise on me all day. And while you do it, I will say that Taylor Lorenz is a cunt.
I was going to say, how do you think Taylor Lorenz is going to come off to the jury?
Sue me, cunt. Write an article. I fucking dare you. I'm beyond cancellation now, I guess.
Well, she doesn't really go out. She doesn't go after, in my opinion, she doesn't go after really popular people. Like, I've never seen her go after like Emily D. Baker or you specifically, or even like
she's very
Dave
careful
Portnoy.
about us during Johnny Depp, which was kind of sad. But it was there. The subtext was there in some of the things she would say. And it's like, oh, come on, just try it. But
she didn't write a full-on article, right? Like,
no,
she didn't include you guys in anything. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's all the articles that were written about us. The problem that they had was that Emily Baker, me, and Legal Bites were really popular during this thing. And so all of the articles had to come out pretty neutral, because they could just look. They could just look at the numbers. They're like, holy shit, each of these people have like close to 100,000 people watching. And article clicks operate on this shoestring of, please, can I get like 15,000 people to click on my fucking article? Like, that's how embarrassing the legacy media really is right now with what they're writing and what they're putting out. And I mean, they're always hoping for a viral banger, but they know that they're no better they're no better than like 100,000 sub YouTuber. It's like, okay, I hope every video gets 20,000 views. Like if I could just get 20,000 views on every video, I can probably make this work. And like, that's where they're going for. And that's what right now, like the majority of journalism is there. They're in that same place. Like if I can just get 15, 20,000 clicks, my Google AdSense will pay out enough for me to write another article that that'll supplement the like week freelancer fee I'm going to get from whatever publication will actually take my work. They know that. And they're always shopping for that one thing that hits them at 2 million, 10 million views.
I think that's why Taylor didn't take the deal with Substack, because she was like, it would cost her a fortune to represent herself in multiple lawsuits. Like she wouldn't just be able to have the freedom to basically act with impunity, because
she needs a parent company that's got experience in this stuff, because she doesn't do the work.
Right. And that's paying for her travel and paying for her lawyers and paying for all these things that I think she takes for granted. And for somebody like me, who's a Mexican immigrant that bootstrapped my company, it's infuriating somebody like Taylor with privilege and power and the megaphone of the New York Times to come after me. And she's somebody that tells people that screams misogyny at any time somebody criticizes her, like Tucker Carlson or Glenn Greenwald, on very based and just critical things, not of her looks or the way she talks, or I mean sometimes maybe, but like mainly it is a critique on how she reports, and her whole excuse is misogyny. Okay, well, what is when she goes after me? How is that not misogyny?
It's a double misogyny.
That's a vagisogyny.
Yeah. It's a preventative double misogyny.
I'll misogyny her all day. I don't care. I'll call her all sorts of dirty names. Fuck you. I hate these people. I hate them.
Honestly, my favorite thing that I did, because like obviously I'm in a lawsuit, like I can't do anything crazy, but like I went to VidCon and I walked into VidCon and the first person I see is Taylor Lorenz. She's like sitting on a bench, like talking to someone. And I just looked at her and it just felt really like looking in the eyes of like my abuser. Like it was very, very surreal. And then I found out that she had a talk. And so I went and I sat in the back and there was just like 300 empty seats. And Taylor was on stage with a mask. And I just snapped like 2 pictures and I posted it on Twitter. And I was like, Taylor Lorenz speaking to a packed house at VidCon. It got like 4 million views and like retweets on my little tiny Twitter account. So that was like kind of petty, but like also just really funny because
worth it. She's awful. But no, yeah, I don't know. It's these people, they're societal leeches, and they're out to control everybody and push them into their preferred space. I mean, I don't think it was her going after you is a little bit different than some of the people I've seen her go after, because she has that bent on, I don't know, the same thing that I see from like people like Cat 10 Barge. Like they've got an agenda in their mind and they've got to run that agenda, and they guise it as news and journalism. It's like, it's not journalism. You're not doing journalism. You're taking your agenda and wrapping it up into the language of a print piece, but that's not actually real. You're trying to weaponize an opinion and destroy someone. And I don't like that. Like personally, I'm not there. If I want to destroy somebody, I'm going to put the receipts up. I'm going to tear them down with words. I don't typically do that unless they come after me, because I'm a nice motherfucker. But other than that, it's like
post photos where they look fat.
every frame an unfortunate pause.
They have to stick together because that's the only way they survive, right? It's like they don't have enough of a dedicated following. Like they have to support each other on their BS takes, because otherwise, they all go down. I think that I don't know. It's funny that when we filed the amended complaint, some guy that used to work at Business Insider, now works with Cat 10 Barge at wherever she works, and he like tweeted something like, "Oh, who's backing this lawsuit?" Like I'm like, that's attacking Taylor. Ariadna Jacob has made it her life's mission to attack Taylor Lorenz. I'm like, I'm sorry, a little me with no money has like made it my life's mission to like fight back against $8 billion company and a journalist with family wealth and privilege.
Did you know Cat 10 Barge is actually like that's actually a phrase in a different language?
What is it?
It's like I think it's in Greek or whatever. It's fat girl angles. That's what it actually means. That's the direct translation for Cat 10 Barge.
Like from up really high.
Yeah, up really
filter,
high and
cleavage.
please, for the love of Christ, don't
Yeah.
show my
Is it
waist.
Cat
Like
10
this.
Barge?
Yeah.
We
Oh,
can describe
Jesus.
you.
Like this. A lot of hand on the hip.
Yeah, like pushing stomachs in as much as
Like,
possible.
Did I throw
sucking
my
in.
back out or I'm just trying to look thin? Nobody can tell. Maybe it's both.
Don't try to look thin, Cat. Just get thin. Your
Oh,
non-existent husband will be proud.
I was DMing with Kat and
Is
she
she
was like,
married?
well, you were kind of mean to Taylor about the VidCon thing. I'm like, she was kind of mean to like my whole life and career. Like, get over it.
Oh my God. That's the sound she makes when she backs up. Amazing Wireless 2 says, Ramon, tell these boars to go bake a cake.
What kind?
How are you ladies in the kitchen? We can do misogyny hour too. I'm fine with it.
I can bake. I can bake better than I can cook.
That's the woman mantra, in my opinion. That's true. That's true in my house.
Okay.
I cook.
If I'm trying to impress someone, I'll
But
just
my-
like try to listen to what their favorite food is and order it on like Uber Eats.
Yeah,
and
just
they
put it
come
on your
over.
plates. And then just look sweaty and be like, you hungry?
I'm like Mrs. Doubtfire. straight up.
It's really easy. Just order Uber Eats, but wear an apron and nothing else, and it's perfect. Like it's fine. That's the double snack, and that's
It is
that's
hot in here.
everybody is.
That's what we
happy
do
about
at
this.
Content House. We make it really hot so people take their clothes off. You figured it out.
God, I wish I was there. Be fun.
Yeah, you could have been. You've
I
been right here
know.
on this sticky
I
ass
don't have
couch.
parents still, but
Actually,
I'm
I
trying
wish
to get
I
Farron
wish
to come.
less now that you mentioned that sticky couch.
I'm sure there's other couches.
Like I fall asleep on couches all the time, and I'd like wake up and be stuck to it forever. Like I'd have to be
It's
cut
a
out of my
peel off.
clothes. Jesus. Matt P says, how many packs a day is Ari up to these days?
Oh. How
Ari,
many
do you
packs?
smoke?
I've never smoked a cigarette.
Maybe
in my
of
life.
gum.
I think they're commenting on your
My
smoky voice.
Yeah, so I never smoked a cigarette in my life. My dad died when I was really little, and my mom, he had a heart attack, and my mom lied and said that it was because he smoked a lot, and so I just like never wanted to smoke. She didn't lie about how he died. She just like, oh, it's because she smoked cigarettes. So then I just like never wanted to smoke cigarettes. But I used to be a VIP host at nightclubs, and so I think I yelled like I was always talking really loud, and so I think I have like a raspy voice, but I don't mind my raspy voice. So they don't like it.
No,
or
I like
what?
it. It's nice. I don't know. They
I
just
could
said,
be like OnlyFans for the phone, you know.
yeah, you
That's
could
a
do.
whole career.
Phone operator.
Yeah.
If you added like a little gravel to it, it'd be really funny. You could be like, my aunt reads me the newspaper or whatever. You'd be like,
I could do ASMR, like rap.
yeah, ASMR, but
Yeah.
you'd be like
Except
that.
for the A in ASMR stands for ant.
What?
Right, yeah. But you'd be like the dead chick from Beetlejuice.
Who's that?
Listen.
I know.
The one with the slit throat who would smoke and the smoke would come out her throat.
Stoma?
No, she had an actual like she was dead, so she had the
A
full
throat hole.
No, she had a full slit in the throat.
Ugh.
She didn't have a
Ugh.
stoma.
What a slut.
Yeah, because she could put 3 penises in there.
Some girls have all the luck.
A stoma can only fit one, and only if you try really hard.
Thank you.
Reminds
Latimer
it.
says Nate did a video on Ari's lawsuit today. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, the set's falling down.
Let's see. Nawi says, have you heard of a rule issued as a consequence of the Corporate Transparency Act? Requires reporting of all beneficial owners to the FinCEN. Huge penalties for failures. Nope. Never heard of it. Ben SC says she is not just the host of the Wet Spot. She owns it as well.
Do I?
I don't know. I put in
I
the
don't
description that
own-
you're the host of the Wet Spot,
I own it. Like, I own it.
Better.
Maybe like that.
but you don't own it because it's on that. It's
Kumia's
owned by
network.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by what's it called?
Compound Media.
Compound Media. Jesus, I'm so bad. at
Another
names.
free speech network.
We need more.
We do.
We need more. But
Uh-oh. The
Okay,
mic
I've
fell
got-
again.
so here's the deal. ladies, I've got a couple more super chats to read. And then I do a segment called The Daily Unbreaded.
I thought you were going to say, I do a segment called Get the Fuck Off My Show.
No.
Starring you two.
No, I can stay for a while. I'm
that's what I've heard.
Who have you been talking to?
Everyone.
Now that I know your language is physical touch, I just want to like touch.
Oh my God, yes. Do me like the TSA lady did. Use the back of your hands.
I'm very affectionate. One time I went out with this guy.
And now I can
German.
stay even longer. This is fine.
You're like my affectionate.
Germans are not affectionate at all.
They're very cold.
They're cold.
No,
they're icy.
they're terrible.
We went
like-
to a restaurant. He's like, why do you have to touch everybody? The waiter, he's like, it's
Yeah.
disgusting. I'm like, I'm Mexican. I'm sorry.
Why don't you get closer to the oven and check on the food?
But no, so here's the thing. I know that Chrissy knows what the Daily Unbreaded is. That's where we read a crazy man's manifesto that's full of all sorts of hate speech and racial
I'm
language.
Get off the stream for that one.
That-
What? No, it's fun.
I'll come
That's-
back in.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Just
We have a problem
because
with touchdowns.
Rekieta and I are on the same level.
because you're in a lawsuit, and I
Yeah.
literally never want
Fine.
to impact or interfere with a lawsuit. I was
Thank
gonna
you.
suggest to Ari that you may want to Ari, not Ari. Ari, I'm not going to follow that sentence. Okay. I'm going to take another drink just a second.
Okay.
And
Well,
then next
it's really
time I
nice
will.
to meet you and talk to you on stream. Thank you, Chrissy, for letting me interrupt.
Aw.
But you know, you guys were having way too much fun on here.
Yeah.
I feel special.
It's
being
fun.
able to be part of
Content
it.
house.
And-
Okay, but yeah, I'll come back when you guys are done.
Okay.
But I do
And
know
I-
what it is. I watch you, Rekieta. Like, come on.
Who's watching you?
It always
go.
feels like Ari
Somebody's
is watching
watching
me.
me.
Yeah. No, she's already off the headphones.
she's
That's
gone.
fine. God. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm gonna do a full interview with her that on a little more like less joke level, and we'll talk through the lawsuit and stuff, or maybe with Harmeet or something. We'll figure that out at some point. But her lawsuit is critically fucking important, and that it's a story that if people don't understand it, they're like, what the fuck is going on? But it's like, no, you have to understand that Taylor Lorenz is a monster, and she is the catalyst for monstrous corporations who want to fuck everybody who's having fun, who's talking about anything. They don't approve of it. And so I'm very much in support of her lawsuit. And there's a bunch of these things popping up. People are fighting back. She's one of them, one of the first ones to really go after the agents of her destruction. And so we got to talk about it in a more serious context too. But I like talking to people for fun because it gets so stuffy, you know, when you're always talking about serious business. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's boring.
Let me read these. I've got 3 chats here. And then, oh my God, what am I doing? Damn it, Chrissy.
What?
You have an IRA or 401k?
I think so.
Really?
Did it go down?
Probably.
Yeah, from my day job that I was fired from in December for not taking the vaccine.
Well, if you do,
Uh-oh. Whoops.
the sponsor of the show is the Birch Gold Group,
Ooh.
birchgold.com/knows. Let me tell you about gold. I'll tell you about it.
It's a good deal.
But no, birchgold.com, the only gold company on the planet not owned by a Jew, is here to tell you how to protect your IRA or 401k. Look,
Protect
people work.
IRA.
Yeah,
He's a
they-
Jew.
all the gold's
He's
in
a
a tea.
mensch.
No, it's no, the Birch Gold Group. So what they do is they help people learn about protecting their IRAs or 401ks by diversifying a portion of it into physical assets like gold and silver, which traditionally stand as a hedge against inflation and market volatility. These are not intended to be lucrative investments. Instead, they are intended to protect what you have worked so hard to earn. That's your retirement account. It sits there and grows, hopefully, not under a Biden economy, but you want it to grow like a teenager looking at OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's a
and-
grower,
and-
not a shower.
Exactly. And so that's what Birch Gold Group is here to do. Help you find out if that is the right move for you. It may not be. Gold and silver may be very bad for your IRA or 401k. They don't actually care if it's good or bad. They just want to get you the information, let you make the decision. So what you do is you go to birchgold.com/knows. It'll take you to this page. If you see the Rekieta Law logo on it, you click on this green button here or the green button down here, and you'll get a free information kit. They usually contact you, and I don't think so much at night, but during the day, they're very, very fast. Like a teenager looking at OnlyFans, actually. They're very quick. And they will get back to you and give you that information. You can also like just buy gold and silver through them in the traditional capacity where you're like, oh, I want this. It doesn't have to be in an IRA or 401k, but this is what they're mainly focused on because people have this pool of money. It's very subject to the market if it's not properly diversified. And they're like, hey, we want to protect what you earned. So check them out. Most importantly, they don't care that we made a bunch of Jew jokes right in the middle of their gold ad. They don't care at all. And that is a company that I can work with. The company that doesn't give a shit if we Holocaust their ad right into oblivion.
But it was quite a gas.
Yeah.
You know,
in fact, it was 6 million jokes in that ad spot.
Some people say not enough jokes.
Some people wonder where they put all the teeth of those jokes.
I have a merch idea for you, Nick.
What is it? Is it jokes behind wooden doors?
No.
Oh, okay. What's the merch?
You should have a t-shirt that says "Nose before hose."
Why have I not thought of that? And why hasn't the chat?
Because you don't know enough comedians or people that there have mental illness in the form of constantly making puns.
That's a great one.
You're welcome.
I'm fucking done. Like, I'm pissed.
You can retire off that.
I know. We're going to do it. Nose before hose. I'm actually trying to reinvigorate my merch shop because my merch shop is a bunch of shitty jokes that I made, but I have no graphic design talent. So it's literally just like plain text on a t-shirt. And it's like, I just wanted to make the joke. And if somebody buys one of them, I make $3. So I'm happy.
I think if you had a plain white shirt with like just black text, like nose before hose, it's like visually funny before you understand it.
Yeah.
And then maybe like a nose or a logo on the back. I don't know.
Like a faded nose in the background.
Yes.
And then like nose before hose.
Yes.
I like that. I like that a lot. I'm also, I'm working on a plushie.
And
it's going to be
nose.
It's going to be a giant nose with arms and legs and a papal miter sitting on it. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. But I have to get that designed and then do that. And then I think like at least
find him who knows how to do that.
I'm guessing someone by the end of this show will already have emailed me a design of a nose with a papal miter on it.
Yeah. Get the Legion of Memers on it. They're good.
Yeah. But yeah, because I'm so bad at designing merch. I'm like, I don't know what people want to buy. I don't want to buy anything.
I know.
So I don't know what other people want to buy.
It's hard to do it for yourself.
But we'll see. Okay, so with that, let's just fucking do unbreaded right now. Right? Let's do it. Hold on.
Without further ado.
You want to read it with me? How spicy do you want to get? We're on Rumble. We can say literally whatever we want.
Wow.
I uncensored it the other day. It's very risque. It's very risque. I don't do that very often.
Hard R's or no?
Yeah. And then before I did the full hard R's, I was really drunk in my defense, but also in my offense. For me to do. But then I did this the other day too, when instead of me saying it, I just used this.
Wait, did he really say it?
This is Kyle Rittenhouse's attorney during his opening statement. He dropped like 4 N-bombs in the opening statement. I was like,
he was like, look, this is my only chance.
I was like, this man has balls of solid fucking titanium to do that. And he just nailed it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. The last text message you sent me is very provocative.
What? Me?
Yeah. You said, I see it. You said, I see it coming. Joke. Making a joke.
Yeah, I see it coming.
Yeah.
Regarding the link.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing.
Oh,
Okay, we're on page 204. Oh, that's going to be a good page. I got to play the little intro.
what makes that a good page?
Well, there are 120 pages that loop. This is a terrible page. This is a terrible page. That's okay. We'll do the next page too.
Okay.
We'll do that. No,
What's
so
bad about it? No pictures?
you'll see. There's a 120 page segment around the 430 page mark is where it starts. And it's 120 pages of the same thing about killing Asians.
Oh no.
It's like the same paragraph, just copy and pasted over and over and over. But here we'll do this. We'll do this page and the next page because this page is only gonna take a second. I'm bread. All right.
Oh my God, you got that on so fast.
I have a lot of practice.
Jeez.
Here we go. See, so this is the page. You can see there's nothing on here except book 3, catastrophic rise of my martyrs. Kill them immediately.
If not sooner.
So now, and look at.
Wow, that's just one whole page.
I want to point out that we've got wait, not find. How do I unzoom? Oh, here we go. Look at the shitty formatting that he did on this page.
Oh no,
bro, put it in the middle. Like, what are you doing?
Thinking? The spacing is very breaded.
Yeah, not a fan. God, I want to cover his case. I want to go to Colorado and live cover his case when it happens.
When is it?
I don't know. I gotta check. Holy shit. Okay, so then there's a blank page, just purely blank.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna do this page and the next page because this is all that's on this one.
Oh my God, I can't even. I have to like stand
Can you
up.
see it?
Okay, yeah, I can see it. This is like an eye exam.
Yeah, are you gonna read it or do you want me to read it? What do you want to
I can read it.
do? Okay.
The 33 commandments. Wow.
I use okay, so you don't have to say the N-word, of course. I use Binger for the for the N-word. So
no, I'll do what I did last time where I just said intern. The 33 commandments, intern world terrorism. The purple commandment.
Purple.
Economics cannot comprehend reparations. They don't owe you what they can afford. What the fuck? They don't owe you what they can afford.
They don't owe you.
They owe you more than several generations. They owe multiple generations to you. They owe you revenge against themselves. Revenge against them is sacred. They owe multiple. Wait, hey, they owe nicely. Don't ask nicely. Oh my God, I am blind. Or
you're right here.
Okay. All right, I'm ruining this. Okay. I need a bouncing ball. Don't ask nicely. They will say, how much can I give them and still not notice? How much can I give interns without feeling like I'm paying anything? How much can I give them and not miss it and not feel like I paid at all? How much can I give interns and stay the same? That's not reparations. Reparations is truth. Reparations is several generations into their future. Several generations into their future is not their present. You never ask them how much they'll give you. You take everything. They are not what they have. You take everything that they are, and you continue not a day or an hour or a week or an episode, not a minute, a mountain or a mansion or a McLaren.
Damn.
No, you take beyond their life cycle and you press repeat several generations into the future. You keep taking, and only then have interns begin to discuss reparations. You don't.
Okay. It's my turn, Chrissy.
Okay. You know who'd be so good at this is Gino Bisconti. He's sitting right next to
Ask
me.
if they will pay you. You take it. And if it gets to be a burden, then you murder them. That is how you get what you deserve. They owe you everything, all of their pain and all of their labor. And all of their effort belongs to you, the real Binger. All of it belongs to the real Binger. All of their energy, their struggling, their suffering, their pain, every ounce of their effort, all of their suffering and their energy belongs to the real Binger. They owe more than they can know or pay in several lifetimes. Make the color purple belong to Binger. Binger flag is pure purple. Use it to signal that Binger own the world. Binger don't value your life. Binger retaliate for slavery. Send no warning. Leave no trace. Binger used purple to signal domestic terrorism and Binger world dominance. Genocide all other tribes with ruthless, heartless, breathtaking rage and brutality. Slice their children with a power saw then vanish. Send no warning. Leave no trace. Make purple so terrifying that they are afraid to dress little Susan in the color or to drive a purple car. Binger who don't support terrorism are traitors. Commandment 1, commit treason. Binger who stand with the traitor betray the tribe. It takes courage to look the traitor in the eye and say, you need to die. Kill that traitor. The traitor that makes Binger weak. The traitor that is tolerated or allowed to live. The traitor that Binger gives support to or that Binger endorse makes Binger weaker. The traitor makes all Binger weaker and betrays reality. That traitor cannot be tolerated. Binger cannot betray ourselves. Binger can no longer allow that traitor to continue to live. That traitor must be publicly executed and made an example of. You know in your soul who is a traitor. Sometimes Binger back off because Binger are afraid. If I judge him, who's going to come after me? That's now how it works. Binger, you know in your soul. If you are relevant, present, and in touch with your soul, then it is time to not back off anymore. It is time to step in, step forward, step inward, and step in. You know there's a difference between looking out for you, between doing you and doing Binger in. Believe me, the traitor knows far before they approach that belt. They know as you know. Oh, they know, and you know there's a big difference. And I know you're already sold. You already heard me. Between doing you, when you do you do all of Binger well. You know I'm talking to all of you. You know what I mean because your parents ain't watching. That ain't what it is now. And you know it ain't simple, but you know when you know, so don't back off of it. All right, then. You know when he traitor. Binger don't make mistakes, so when you know the traitor, you don't know the traitor by accident. When you start approaching Binger, when you accuse Binger, when you start accusing him, if Binger is not a Tom, you won't see the tomato. But if Binger is a Tommy, then you know, and I'm speaking directly to those who know Matthew Harris will carry this out, and Matthew Harris will take Binger to the new horizons. You will know because you don't want to do it. Binger does not want to do it, but you'll know as you approach that. Binger will tell you, yeah, that's me. And he will say, you got me. There is no denial when you get that close. Binger can't live in denial. They got to tell you because otherwise it would kill them. That's when you step in and you kill them. It's time. That way they can die so that Binger can all be healed. Commandment 2, take their knees.
I'm ready.
There's a lot of people who don't understand the context of this that I had to explain it to.
Oh, can they hear me? Probably not.
They can see you and read the scripture. They just can't hear you. So they don't understand the scripture.
That's okay. It is the Holy Scripture.
Can you explain it to Gino
unbreaded.
Bisconti?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who has gotten a lot of shit over the years because he will occasionally say the N-word, but only for the free speech argument.
I will say it for the free speech argument. I think there's a lot of discussion about it. I think people hide behind it, and the real racist won't say it in common conversation. But tell me what we were just reading, because wow, I found a new religion today.
He was like, "Where can I get a copy?"
Yeah, I mean,
great.
What am I missing? I'm reading Boy's Life still for the masturbatory material. What am I missing?
First of all, hi, Gino. I'm Nick. Nice to meet you.
First time, long time. Goddamn pleasure, Nick.
So here's the deal. This is This is a book by a UCLA professor of philosophy. A UCLA professor of philosophy named Matthew Harris. He got his PhD from Duke University. And
He got his PhD in keeping it real.
yes.
Right.
Yes. And there's some issues with his
Terrible.
teaching, but he wrote this manifesto. It's an 800-page book about how black people need to stay with black people and not deal with the lesser man, which is white people.
Right.
And
And Asians.
yeah, he hates Asians and white people. He hates Italians particularly. Sorry, but he doesn't hate Italians quite as much as Greeks and Arabs.
All right.
So
They do a good salad, though.
But you're saying this, he wrote this, whatever she was just reading, whatever it was, where he really did take the time to capitalize the N word to make it more easily readable. But I mean, that's his new like manifesto. That's his new ideology. What is he doing with it?
No, it's not a new ideology. That's the crazy thing. So his dissertation to Duke for his PhD is the same without the vitriolic language. It's the same themes. His entire thesis is that racial, I guess, what we would consider culture is baked into us through our race, and that therefore we should separate into tribes. He's black, by the way. Well, he's half black, but
okay. So he gets away with dropping all those N-bombs.
10,386 of them.
What? How
That's
many?
more than you, Gino.
Yeah,
That's more than the NFL. That's more than 10,000 of those.
And the NBA.
Yeah, and the NBA combined. Thank you, Chrissy. She's right. She's right. I'm dumb. I'm drunk. Go on.
But yeah, no, it's and so he wrote his original dissertation and it was the same theme, but without the inflammatory language. And then he gets to UCLA and something snaps inside this man. And I'll tell you the true story as best I understand it through reading the text, because His Holiness has given us all the information we need. He was into a blonde German chick and she fucked a white guy and a Jew instead of him.
Oh, no.
And I wish I was joking. I wish
Maybe it
that
was tax season.
Yeah. And
I wish
that was the impetus of his that's what spawned
Impotence.
the impotence is probably what he wished on them. But that was the impetus of this letter, which really spurred him on, because really when you're writing a giant manifesto, it should be a giant hate fuck of everyone that you ever dated. Am I correct?
No, you're 100% right. And yeah, the one particular, she's another UCLA philosophy professor. She's a cute German blonde woman, seems completely like just a normal person. And he's absolutely infatuated with her. He has several pages that they like start on one thing. They're like, blacks need to reject the abortion complex. And I'm like, yeah, buddy. Okay, yeah. I'm with you. And then all of a sudden he's like, these German bitches, these blonde, she's blonde. She's probably dyeing her hair. It's like, oh my God. Okay. This is getting even funnier.
Very personal.
So, but no, he hates her. And so he posted this on the UCLA philosophy board. And he also emailed all of the faculty that he was going to come murder them with lots of bullets.
Isn't that fun?
So he's
good times.
He's
funny.
He's in jail awaiting his trial because he had a restraining order. He did try to buy a gun. That's when he got arrested. So, but no, he actually flipped a thing. But I just love him because he hates white people so much. It makes me laugh.
But see, if a white guy wrote this, he'd be like in jail for the rest of his life.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or have a show on Compound Media.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm amazed that a black guy can write anything, let alone this. But
well, to be fair, he used text to speech for it.
Yeah. But text to speech is just as difficult because you have to say period when you want to write a period, right? And by the way, you have to type the N word because trust me, I gamble on the NBA, and when I speech to text that word, it does not come out. It says
like, did you mean knitter?
Yeah, bigger, knitter, right? Chair. Like you have to type all 10,000 plus of those racial slurs.
Someone who's socioeconomically disadvantaged.
Yeah, he capitalizes almost all of them. Almost all of them. He misses a few though. I think he was probably drinking at that point.
For fear that we might miss one.
Right.
I hate to glaze over a capital N lowercase I-G-G-E-R. I'd hate to miss that.
Look at the proper name.
Yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
but yeah, ever since once I heard his story, see, because the news focused on this thing, and they're like, oh, well, he wrote this manifesto and was arrested for it. That's not actually the story. Because I was like, okay, well, that's bullshit. So I pull it up and I'm like, I mean, this is certainly hateful, but who fucking cares if you write something hateful? You can write whatever you want. But he's actually arrested for the threats that he emailed them, which were very direct, very descriptive, and then he tried to carry them out with buying a gun and traveling back to California. He got stopped in Colorado's where he tried to buy the gun, and he got flagged because he had a restraining order against him. So that's the actual case. But I started reading the book and I'm like, I love this thing. This is the funniest shit I've read maybe ever. And then the worst part is, in a lot of these pages, there's a lot of absolute truth. And that's what makes it scary. It's like, holy shit, this guy is onto stuff. And then he goes off the deep end and is perfect.
And then at some point, like, so all of Nick's fans started saying touchdown on paper unbreaded, which is so silly, but it's what this guy, I guess, is that what he started the manifesto with?
When he got arrested, the day he got arrested, he uploaded 200 videos to YouTube. That day. It was a Monday.
I bet YouTube wasn't trying to strike him for some bullshit.
They didn't. But one of them, I guess I could show, it's 1 minute long. Here, we'll do the unbreaded origins.
Oh, have at it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite videos, honestly, because I wish I could drop a beat like this guy could. I'm black, but I'm not that black, you know?
You're
Like,
tan.
my rap game is weak, but I try.
Got the nose.
Here we go. No, I've got the nose. I've got the nose to sell you silver, my friend. Here we go.
Listen up.
So here he is. This is Matt Harris himself.
Touchdown.
Paper?
Unbreaded. Nope. Nope. Touchdown.
Is this supposed to be a song?
Unbreaded.
I think he's working on one. Right. Now, see, that one was better than the first one.
Touchdown. On paper. Unbreaded. Touchdown. Paper. Unbreaded. Right.
I like the on paper like it's a question.
Yeah.
Touchdown. Paper. I never give a shit.
Is it on paper?
This was never to these.
And this is the person who wrote all that stuff.
Down.
He's working through some shit.
Unbreaded. Die.
There we go. That's the
He's
video.
very passionate.
Yep, he nailed it right there. I wish I had the work ethic to put out 200 videos a fucking day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's commitment. That's commitment. So yeah, that's the unbreaded origins right there. And he has a whole bunch about the lesser men and their weak penises, which I personally.
Does he mean whiteys?
Yeah, he means white people. He hates white people so much. It's great. And the best part about why he hates white people is because a white guy fucked his girl. That wasn't even his.
That'll do it.
And it broke him so thoroughly.
It's amazing how people hold on to that 8th grade horse shit. Like, oh, if you dated a girl, then she's off the. No, you're just an insecure faggot.
Yeah, and he never.
He's so happy he gets to say that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're on Rumble. You can say all the faggots you want. It's
Get it
fine.
out of your system now, because we can't do it tomorrow night.
This faggot can't say faggot tomorrow? That's a lot of faggotry.
It's terrible.
Did you see the sign?
Why do you have Mike's nose on this? Look at that.
You mean Nick?
Yeah,
It's
what did I
fine.
say, Mike? It's fine.
We just got here.
Oh, you can't do COVID as a flu with a better son of a bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are fucking cucked. You're reined in.
Yep.
You have to sit there.
We gotta play
you have to,
nice.
For now.
You have to sit there and watch other people tell the spicy jokes from the corner, jerking off the entire time.
I like this guy.
Yeah, he's great, right?
Let's call him Nick.
I like
instead of
Mike. I like Mike.
I'm stupid. Give me a break.
No, it's fine.
Dude, it's fine. I say what my dad always says. When I get introduced to someone, I hear my own name.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
His name's not Mike.
terrible with names. Absolutely terrible.
I'm terrible with names, and the only thing I have problems with is when when people like remember your name and you forget and they get mad at
Then
you
you
for
feel like an
forgetting.
asshole.
I don't. It's like I
Oh,
get
really?
mad at people like years ago. I tell this story all the time. It's a boring story, but it aggravates me. My buddy has 2 kids. They're 6 months apart. So I would go down for the birthday every fucking.
Wait, he has 2 kids that are 6 months apart?
Well, he has 2 kids. Their birthdays are
dad?
6 months apart. God forgive me.
I was like,
no, I
was
said
like,
it wrong.
Jesus.
Thank you, Mikey Nick.
Was one a preemie?
But like one is like they're 18 months apart. But you go every 6 months for a birthday, and I'm down there and I meet this guy, like my buddy's neighbor in the middle of bumfuck Delaware, and I go, hey, I'm Gino, and I go, it's good to meet you again. He goes, you don't remember my name, do you? And I go, no. And I go, no, what is it? He goes, huh, and walks away. Like, you're fucking anyone in the orbit of my fucking world, living in your fucking house, selling insurance in Wilmington, Delaware. You faggot. I can say that for one more day.
You can say whatever you
And
want
I
here.
go
I'm
up to my
fine with
buddy
it.
Bomba and I say, what's his name? And I'll tell you what his name is, Dan. And you know how I know? Because I said every time I meet him, I will make sure that is the one name I don't fucking call him. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dick. Hey, Daryl. Hey,
Dude,
Davin.
I did that once. My sister-in-law.
Stories already.
Oh my God!
Stories already bullshit.
Did you bring water with you, buddy? Did you bring some water?
Oh God, yeah. Have you ever heard of it?
Oh shit!
It's pretty good. It's cold and
People
refreshing.
drown in that shit, man.
It's cold, refreshing.
Yeah,
It
we got
replenishes your organs.
No.
Your organs.
Hey, what's up, Anthony?
How you doing, man?
Nice to meet you.
It's my buddy Nick. You could call him Mike. I do.
Did you call him Mike?
I did. I'm an ass.
You are a buffoon.
I'm an ass.
He
How you
did.
doing, Nick?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, good. We're hanging out here at the house in Orlando. It's a lot of fun. I was just watching movies, drinking.
Oh, watching movies and drinking. Those are 2 of my pastimes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Such a special evening. I never do that. Sit around, drink, watch movies.
It's like
Pretty
you got to
much all
travel.
I
You
do.
got to travel
Just
to
throw
Florida to
video
do
games
it.
in. What's that?
You got to travel to Florida to do it. That's the way.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
only
yeah.
way.
I travel all over the country just to drink and watch movies on television. It's amazing. It's my hobby. We were just watching 28 Days Later, so
I've never seen him.
I have my my accent on.
Oh
Aye,
yeah.
aye. Seems
Do
to
you
be
do-
zombies around.
You do.
I don't know
that?
why it's Aussie though.
Do you
It's an
adopt?
English movie.
Do you adopt
Anyway.
accents when you like are around them?
Yeah, yeah. Anytime I'm like a minor bird when I'm watching movies, I have to recite what the people are saying in the accent that they say it in.
Yeah, I only do that when I watch black movies, though.
Well, I do that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch black movies
Oh, it's my favorite thing.
all the time.
Like Roll Bounce is one of my favorite movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love that movie.
I was watching 48 Hours, so I guess
Is that a
Great.
kind of a black movie.
Well,
Well,
it's-
it's a black and white movie.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
not
an
black and white
That's
movie.
an Oreo
Like-
flick right there.
Anyway,
Yeah, I feel like any movie with a black in it, you consider as a black movie. It's like
That
you're
is
giving
true.
too much.
I'm
of
not-
your-
Guilty.
I'm not
Ever
going to
since
play
Birth
into
of
your
a Nation.
racism. Is there any way I could get a louder headphone volume?
No,
Because I can't really.
I've heard
I
about the
can't hear
content
Mike,
house
as you call him.
and the
not
volume.
smart.
The volume budget was not good for the content house, so you don't get any more, unfortunately.
Oh, that's good. Okay, brilliant. Now I hear you.
Oh, hey.
Thank you. Wow, that was tough. I was really like struggling to hear you.
Well, now that you're listening, maybe I'll get you. Never mind. I'm not going to finish that sentence.
He's gonna try to sell you gold.
Yeah.
I love it. Gold. I love it. Oh, God.
So what the hell's going on, Anthony? What's the deal with you? I have to confess,
Yes, sir.
I don't watch any content other than my own because I'm a catastrophic narcissist. But
I
I've heard
get
your
it.
name like a billion times, and everybody's like, "How do you not know Anthony Cumia?" And I'm like, "Fuck it, I don't know. I don't watch
No, that's
anything."
fine.
He's only a radio legend. No big
It's
deal.
okay. No, I
I've heard
understand what you're
this.
saying. I'll give it to you briefly, quickly.
Well, give it to me
I'm a
briefly.
piece-
That's cheaper.
I'm
at
a
least.
piece of I'm a piece of shit.
That's true.
That
That's
has
exactly
been
correct.
canceled on just about every type of medium out there.
Why?
For,
What
know,
did you
speaking,
do?
I spoke my mind. One time I was just taking pictures in Times Square, and I got fired for that.
What were you
'cause
taking pictures of?
of Times Square? By the way, the most photographed place on Earth. It's legitimate. The most photographed place on the planet is Times Square, New
Other
York.
than my butthole.
And I was right. OnlyFans. I forgot about that.
He happened to capture a picture of a black woman climbing the scaffolding and swatting down airplanes.
All right, that's not
That's
right.
what happened.
That's not right.
I think that's what it was.
I was taking
didn't know you were
pictures.
there when Michelle Obama did that.
This Mike guy is hilarious.
Look,
See?
she was swatting them down with her cock. Let's be fucking at least be accurate.
At least she
Yeah,
was
so I
progressive.
was taking some pictures, and this girl was walking down the street while I was snapping pictures of the street.
Right.
Because it's Times Square. You take Times Square is a character unto itself. And
Right.
she was so full of herself, she thought I was taking pictures of her, turned around and started smacking me in the head. And I'm like,
That's
what
not
the
funny.
fuck? What are you doing? And by the way, I was armed
you-
at the time, legally armed with a pistol
Are you
in New York
suggesting
City.
a black woman irrationally turned to violence?
I know. It's nuts. I've been trying to
Never
convince people that this happened. No one believes me because there are no statistics or other incidents where this has happened. So yes, she
Corroborating
went
data.
right to violence. I walked away. I walked back to my apartment and settled it, not with violence, not with a gun that I legally had on me at the time, but with words on Twitter. I said, and I never dropped N-bombs. I never did anything. I just
Of course
said,
not.
there is a problem in the black community with this jump to violence. If anyone feels offended or disrespected, it goes directly to violence. Well, we couldn't have anyone saying that.
Don't
Meanwhile,
say
the
the
black
quiet things out loud.
Yes,
Please.
exactly. And I even said, I go, I'm not saying anything that black clergy hasn't said, law enforcement, politicians haven't said over the years. But for me saying it, Sirius XM satellite radio decided that I went on a quote. They say this was in all the news too, a racist tirade.
Yes.
I went on a racist tirade, and they threw me off. And so when I was canceled from there, I started my own company, Compound Media, and I got
Yeah.
all these fine folks that you see here on it.
And me.
And yes, and
And me.
Gino.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you
Chrissy,
very
you
much.
You
are
always
a
have to
fine
have the
folk.
one retarded guy that you drag along.
Oh, believe me.
Token.
One.
Yes,
Token.
I wish it was one retarded guy.
You could
My
whittle
whole
it down to
company.
one retard.
They should call it retard media.
Bill Schultz heads the retards.
You know what? I have a lot to say about Sirius XM.
Mhm.
Look, a bunch of just soggy vaginas, not like in the good, like wet sense,
Not a
like
good
in the
way, right.
old, like in the old musty sense. But
Oh,
if
yeah.
those faggots ever wanted to give me a giant
Love
contract,
this
I
guy.
would take it. I
Well,
would
you
take
got
it in a
to.
heartbeat.
Oh, believe me. I was smiling to the bosses, tap dancing. Yes, sir, taking their checks. I didn't give a shit. I never thought like off hours after I was literally assaulted, speaking my piece about problems in the community would get me fired. I would have pocketed their checks for another 20 years. I didn't give a shit.
How
But
can
that was
how
it.
can the company that brought Howard Stern
Mhm.
but maybe they're fucking I don't even know what to call it without overusing the faggot word, which I love too much. Apparently it's my word. I've found out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
good word.
But how did they go from bringing Howard Stern on, but apparently turning him into a bitch? Because Howard Stern has become a complete colossal bitch
Mhm.
these days.
Did that on his own, I would argue, but go on. Sorry to interrupt you, Nick.
No, I just
Mike.
don't like. I'm trying to figure out if that's something that was like coming down from the top at SiriusXM. Like, well, Howard, we're very concerned about your use of Sibian midgets. Like,
Yeah.
And it's like, but please don't say an offensive thing these days, because then we'll have to cancel you.
Sirius is no different than any other corporation in the country, especially these days. They're petrified of any type of accusation of racism, sexism, homophobia, misogynism,
Why?
all this shit. I don't know. There just seems to be this, and you're right. Why? Nothing ever comes of it. If one person, every so often, there's a miracle, and a company or a person or something doesn't give in and says, how about you go fuck yourself? And you know what happens? Nothing.
Yeah.
There's no riots. There's no protests. The people just go away because they go, well, we can't get at this person. And Coulter's a great example of that. Gavin's been destroyed. Gavin McInnes been destroyed because of cancellations, but he's still out there and he says, go fuck yourself. So there is a few people or companies that'll take the heat, but for the most part, mainstream media, and that's what Sirius is, they don't care.
And what's happening to Kanye right now?
Oh my God.
Like
crazy.
Kanye drops a spicy tweet about the Jews, right? He does it. We all laugh.
West? Kanye West?
Yeah, Kanye West. And like today he gets dropped.
No, Kanye O'Brien.
Oh God.
he gets dropped now by Adidas. He gets dropped by everybody. It's like this is fucking Kanye West. He is the protected class. What? How can you possibly? But if you pit one against the other, one's got to win. One protected class has to win out. And unfortunately, in this case, it's the one with all the money. But Kanye's rich as fuck. He's a money maker. He is a guaranteed marketing draw. No matter there's no tweet that Kanye could say that would stop selling Kanye shoes. Nothing.
Yep, you're right. But isn't that odd that everyone said, well, it's all about money, so it doesn't matter as long as you have money. No. They took him. And what the hell chance do you think you have if they want to come for you? You don't have $1 billion. You're not an A-list celebrity with the name that Kanye has. And we're so screwed.
It's your future. You're not just your future. This is a crazy thing. It's your access to the banking system is literally predicated on 48 retarded trannies and their opinion on Twitter. And they're like, well, I chopped my dick off, so I'm going to chop yours off. It's like, no, stay away from my ATM. Fuck you. And these people will come and they will ruin you and they will ruin your family. They will ruin everything. They will do generational damage to you because you disagreed with them. Like, it doesn't even matter that they are trannies. Like, it doesn't matter that they have like this protected status if it's related to it at all. It's just that they are, and then they will warp that. They will warp your words into being anti this or anti that. Right now, it's trans activists. They have all of the power. They're the
top of the pyramid right now. Yep. And you say
they're the
anything.
New retards.
Yeah, the retard pyramid.
Yeah.
They are top though right now, and if you say anything bad about them, you are going down.
Well, that's okay because 41% of them will have their last tweet on a tombstone.
I knew you'd like him.
It's so true. They are the most unstable people. I think if there was an instance where for 10 minutes people were actually allowed to say anything they want about transgender people, they would all shoot themselves in the head. If we just got 10 minutes.
Nobody wants to date you.
No one wants it.
Ever.
41 to 100, 41 to 100.
99% of you are not passing.
Yeah, believe me.
It's literally Blair White. If you're not Blair White, nobody wants to fuck you.
Yeah. This friggin' monster that went to the White House and what's his name? Dylan Mulvaney. That is just a freak show. It's Ringling Brothers. It's fucking P.T. Barnum. Just a freak show and taken seriously. I posted something today. I was like, 13 American soldiers died in the debacle withdrawal from Afghanistan, and have one of those family members been invited to the White House to have a conversation with Biden?
Maybe if they transition, they might.
If they transition, they'll be invited in a second. But
to be fair, Biden forgot them.
What's that?
To be fair, Biden forgot them because they were all over 18.
Yeah. I can't smell the hair through the coffin. Yeah, it's harsh, but it's true.
Closed casket.
You can if you wait long enough. I'm just saying.
It's so fucked up, dude. I don't even know where it's headed. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no friggin', the silver lining on the cloud. Everything I look at now, I go, we are totally screwed. Yeah. Totally screwed with no real exit.
Yeah. No,
everything's good.
No one even had anything. We're all like, yeah. What's next topic? Yeah, we're fine.
And you ask why Gino drinks?
Because I'm cool.
Yeah,
Because
well,
I'm not a QUEER faggot. That's why I drink.
I'm glad you spelled out the offensive one.
That's how daddy do.
No, but it's honestly it's why we drink. So if you guys don't know me, Anthony and Gino, I was a lawyer. I'm still a lawyer. I'm still a practicing attorney. But I found that YouTube is way more lucrative than doing law in a small town where no one can afford any legal services. And so now I just drink and tell jokes and stories and talk about legal issues. But I care so fucking much about the First Amendment because I see where it goes. If they control your language, they control you. And nobody gets to grab my fucking testicles except my wife. Like, fuck off with this.
His wife can grab my testicles too.
Oh,
yeah, mine too.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Surprise!
Are you surprised? Are you coming out?
I was going for the low hanging fruit. My balls.
So was she if she's grabbing yours.
Thank you very much.
Now,
This guy gets it.
You're an attorney in a small town, so
Yeah, tiny
it wasn't
town.
like. So I guess it wasn't as lucrative as it would be to be a New York attorney or.
Oh my
LA
God,
or
no,
something.
no.
So what kind of
Here-
cases did you mostly handle?
Like possession of drugs, like weed
A lot of
possession,
DUIs, I bet,
meth
right?
possession. Yeah, you could do. I didn't do DUI law because
Bestiality?
Oh, why
Did you do
not?
that?
because I have 5 kids, and this is not a judgment on DUI attorneys at all, because I really highly respect them. They're hyper technical, very important field. But if I represented a DUI and then like my family van got hit by someone, I'd feel really fucking bad about that.
And it would
Oddly
probably
enough,
be
I
Gino.
wouldn't feel bad about representing a murderer, but
Isn't that
there's-
something?
But then you can't drink
weird.
and drive anymore.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't.
Oh.
I don't.
it does seem odd
I
because
just-
most defense
I just do
attorneys have
ecstasy
to-
and drive.
Okay.
Most defense attorneys have to kind of wrestle with that whole thing of you're defending
It's-
somebody that sometimes I know you don't technically know innocence or guilt, but
Yeah,
And,
no, most of them are
there's that whole
guilty.
thing. So,
It's-
but it's yeah, most of them are guilty. But it's amazing that you kind of draw the line on the DWI thing for personal reasons, but murder
so-
or assault or
I know,
robbery.
For me,
wouldn't.
I just go, look, there are better people. Look, I know people probably aren't going to murder me and my family. Like
Come to New York.
statistically, if
Happens all the
anyone's
fucking
going to,
time.
well, but statistically, if anyone's going to murder my family in small town Minnesota, the most likely candidate is me, which is,
yeah.
so like, I better
I've
represent
watched
murderers.
Forensic Files. You're absolutely right.
I've got to be consistent
Happy
on this.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But no, like, so,
Good point.
but the reality of like getting hit by a drunk driver is completely different. And again, so if someone calls me with a DUI thing, I say, look, you deserve a full defense. I'm not the right guy for it. I've just avoided the really technical aspects of it, so I don't have to take the case. I refer it out. I've only done one because the guy wanted to plead guilty. Like that was his goal. He's like, I want to plead guilty, but I just need you to buy me time because he had another DUI and he needed that one to resolve before mine so that he didn't get an acceleration on his deal. Right. Like, so that was my whole job, was like delay the case until we could plea out. And I said, if you're pleading out, I'll do it. But if you're not pleading out, I'll refer you to someone else, which is
a
fine.
lawyer with some kind of principles. No wonder you're fucking not a lawyer anymore.
exactly.
That's disgusting.
You like
So-
to sleep you like to sleep
Ew.
at night. How
Personal
gay.
ethics and
I do.
morality.
I
You are
do.
you disgust me.
But yeah, so in a small town, the problem is when you don't do DUI law, which is kind of weird that that's like such a big part of small town
huge.
criminal
Sure.
law. If you don't do that, you supplement it with contract law and other stuff. And so I do did a lot of business entity formation, probate
Stop!
stuff.
I'm getting so excited.
Yeah. But here's my gay side. I made 401c3s and helped people learn stuff and sell.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Is that nonprofit?
Yeah. Not nonprofit tax exempt corporations.
They're not making TV shows out of that kind of law, but
No.
whatever.
But
You know,
I
Perry
did.
Mason.
I did. I got on YouTube and I learned that if I drink liquor,
Yeah.
enough of it, I start to say funny things that are true.
Oh my
and
God. Gino
and
has that
people enjoy it.
delusion.
Yeah. I started breakfast. I just started breakfast. By 4 p.m., I'm hitting my stride.
But that's
Yeah.
my story. But dude, I
Cool.
fucking love what you've done with Compound Media, because
Thank
this
you.
is
Means
it.
a lot.
Shut
Oh,
it.
you?
It's create parallel economies, right?
Yeah.
Because we've got to get away from the monopolistic control of these fucking losers
Absolutely.
who hate fun. Because
Yeah.
you three are some level of comedian. I mean, some more than others, but no, you
I
three
can
are all
feel
some
your
level of
look.
comedian.
I can feel your look.
And it's like, no, like I just want to get up. I want to tell someone a story. I want
That's
them to smile. I want them to laugh. I want them to get an erection, and then I want them to ask for my phone number.
I want
That's
them to
all-
leave the money on the counter and go.
Yeah.
That's all I
The
want.
most
And I-
the most important thing you can do now to get whatever you want to say, no matter if it's the most innocent thing or the most offensive thing, get as few links in the chain from your mouth to the fucking general public. Because if there are too many people
Yes.
in there that can break that link, you're screwed. And when you're working for a company, a broadcast company, or you're streaming over a platform that can pull you in a second, these are weak points that you'll start filtering yourself, and you'll hold back and not actually say the things you want to say and put forward. So yeah, when I came up with Compound Media, my prime directive was, I don't want anyone to be able to tell me what I can or can't say, and anyone else
Yes.
on the show. So,
I'm
that's
coming
how
below
it's
the
had to
screen
work.
here.
And believe me, that was my goal in this. So I had to turn down a lot of options that we had to put material out there until we came up with the right formula to be able to do this for 8 years now, by the way, over 8 years, without someone being able to pull the plug. That's it. Someone can't sit there and yank the plug because they are offended by what we said.
And it's so fucking difficult. That's the
is.
crazy thing.
It's
Like
not
how
easy.
much you have to do, because
Yep.
there's always someone, some deranged lunatic. And the worst part is there's always someone to listen to them because they want to suck their feminine penis. And I don't understand why it always happens. Like, it's like these people have no money. They have no consumption.
Yeah, they're not real fans.
They're not even Americans. If you're not an American spending frivolous amount of money on some retard online, how are you even, like, how do you pretend to be an American? You sound Norwegian. Fuck off with that. Go away. Like, if you're not like throwing singles at some e-thought somewhere,
Right.
you're not an American. And I'm so fucking tired of all these people who come out and they're like, well, I don't want to participate in the consumer economy. Well, fine, go to some commie country and get butt fucked by the government.
Yeah,
I don't want you here.
You know what they also say? This has been something that the left, the liberals, the mental patients have said. When you get canceled, they go, hey, start your own whatever it is that you were thrown off of. Start your own social
Twitter.
media platform. Start your own Twitter. Start your own radio station. Start your own this.
Start your own internet.
I did. And still, oh, well, we got to shut that down. Oh,
Every day, I
you
bet.
told me to. You told me what the answer was. And I did it. And you still can't just fucking lay off and let us have our own platform where we're able to discuss things openly and honestly and freely. You still have to say something. So it never comes down to just make your own, or if you do this, we'll leave you alone. They want every fucking bit of you, and they want everyone to shut up. And if you are have a dissenting opinion than theirs, a differing opinion, you're screwed. They will come for you.
Yeah, it's literally make your own fucking planet, you bigot.
Yeah,
and then
that's pretty much it.
But just watch. Elon Musk is trying.
Oh, I love
and
this.
they're still trying to stop him because they're like, wait, we didn't mean it though. Like, wait, you can actually go to another planet and start like, like, holy shit. No.
Yeah.
Get your own
He
solar
buys
system.
Twitter.
That'll take longer.
He could literally put Twitter headquarters on Mars and say, here, there it is. You want it? There, it's on Mars.
Yeah.
Go get it.
Yeah.
He can do that. The fact that he took over and his tweets have been hilarious over the past couple of days. And I really think we are going to see a huge change on that platform.
So wait, he did finally take over Twitter?
Friday.
Starts on
the
Friday.
deal closed on
I'm
Friday.
sorry, I didn't
but
realize.
he came into the Twitter headquarters today and he put out a video on Twitter of him carrying a kitchen sink, which is like he's going to get rid of everything but the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
And
That-
good for the sink because
yeah.
the sink has been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
Look, I gotta say this to Elon Musk. I'm gonna look in the camera for this one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Elon,
shit.
you motherfucker! If you don't let me back on Twitter, I'm coming for you to your
All of us.
house in
All of us.
California.
I got you, bro. All of us have to come back. He's got to open it up for people that want to come back, that don't want to come back. Just give them the opportunity to sign in and go, oh, look at that. I'm
Why
back.
were you banned from Twitter?
I was banned 5 times.
Yeah, I got
What did
paid
you do?
5 times.
Obviously, you did
Keeping it-
something very
One of
awful.
them was
Real.
as innocent as saying there was some girl with this horribly dyed red hair. I don't even know if it was a girl. No, not
It was
you.
Not
me,
on the
okay.
couch? Okay.
Was it Amaranth?
And she was ragging on Jim Norton, a good friend of mine. And I said something like somebody with their hair dyed period blood red is trying to criticize one of the funniest guys. Bam, gone.
Wow.
From that,
For
it was
saying
that simple.
Period blood.
That's
Period
it?
blood. Yeah,
That is
period blood red.
nothing.
But
Come
isn't it-
on.
But
Yeah.
Speaking
period
of
blood
blood-
is just lube in a pinch.
Yeah, please. Oh, of course it is. Don't
it's
have to
just
tell me.
lube with low self-esteem.
Oh my God.
But ironically, it's not the tweet. It's once there's, dare I say, blood in the water, because I got banned like 3 or 4 times.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
once you get banned, it's not about what you write after that. They're just out to be like, well, there's Anthony Cumia again.
Exactly.
There's Gino Biscani again. Take him down. That's
Yep.
who you are. Like, I finally got back on because I think they just got sick of me.
Yeah, they report you for just going back on.
Yeah, that's
So
what
you
they
don't
do.
even do
Fan
anything
evasion.
wrong. They just say, "Oh, this is the same
Oh,
guy."
Period blood. That's
And they
definitely
check-
Oh,
Cumia.
that's
Period-
the period
period
blood
blood.
guy.
By the way, I don't care about period blood. I will leave
I
a
don't care
bedroom.
about blood. Period.
I will leave a bedroom with the sheets looking like the Japanese flag.
That's
Oh,
not-
I
wow.
don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, such a dishonor.
You only care about
So
you only care about
very
period blood at home.
dishonorable.
Very good.
Very dishonorable.
That's why I have a bunch of $1 Walmart beach towels.
Yeah, you're supposed to like line your bed with that. But
No,
I don't
only
know.
if you're at
Look-
home.
Got
If
the
you're at a
time.
hotel, like, fuck you. Fuck you, Consuela.
Oh yeah,
Put
the
on-
hotel's gonna get ravaged. I could
Put
give
on
a
the-
shit.
You've
If it
seen
looks
way
like
worse than period blood in your
Lizzie
life.
Borden's parents' bed. I could give a shit. I have to go. I gotta go to sleep. I have plans tomorrow. We have plans.
We have things.
But
Yeah.
awesome. Chrissy told me about you, and she didn't lie. You're fucking awesome, man. Very cool talking to you.
I hope she told you how big my penis was too.
No, actually. Ooh, surprises.
Oh, duh.
It's ma'am, sir. It's ma'am.
Damn.
Well, I had it put on
yeah.
from a very capable donor. So
Well, thank you for having me on. Be well, and thank you, Chrissy, and of course, this guy Gino.
Yeah,
have a good night.
good night, buddy. Thanks for
Later,
thanks for joining me. Nice to meet you.
Yarg.
Yarg.
Ooh,
Yeah, it is.
hee.
It's
Where's
3
my
a.m.
water?
It's
I
Oh wait,
drank-
three-
I drank one of
no,
them.
wait, stop him for 1 second. 1 second.
Why?
One
He's
second,
getting
just
away.
please.
Wait, he's
Just
going
stop
back.
him for 1 second. I got
Wait.
He has
two
one
things
more
to ask him.
question.
Two quick
It
questions.
seems
He is-
important.
I know. It
How
seems
is
really
Sue
urgent.
Lightning doing? Who the fuck is Sue Lightning? Ask
don't
him about
know.
Sue Lightning.
Oh, he
He's
doesn't know
already-
any of those. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
we were
then
fucking
what-
with you.
One guy says Anthony missed the 2016, 2017 years at the Justin building and getting drunk across the street.
The
So-
what building?
I don't know.
The Justin building?
I don't know what that is.
No, I don't know what that
2016,
is.
2017?
Oh, I mean
don't know.
that might be during O&A days. I just know the bar across the street is Sullivan's where we drink.
I just drink.
You're giving
I
them a
just drink
little
at
wiki
home.
feed action.
There you go. Hold on, little wiki feet.
Wait, did
I
you
went
just
the wrong
post
way.
feed on the internet? What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's
you
how Daddy
better have an
do.
OnlyFans for that.
That's how Daddy do. He's got girl feet. That's how Daddy do.
Girl feet. You have regular feet.
Yeah.
You should have a girl feed OnlyFans and then see if you just get a bunch of
Only
money
feet.
and never reveal your balls.
There's a kink for everything on the internet. I easily could. I mean, anyone easily could. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I being amongst.
Thank you for correcting among to amongst.
Yeah, somebody had
We
to
don't
say
like
it. I'm
mungs
sorry.
around here
Yeah,
either.
sorry, Nick.
It's Mike.
That's right, Mike. I'm sorry.
All I need is one mic. Super V94. Hey, Nick, this is this Josh on Demand on YouTube is harassing people under your name with Rekieta Law Media at Rekieta Law 50 on Twitter. He is condoning on getting Cool Frog, Jessica Reloaded, and others banned. Sounds like a colossal faggot. I have no idea who that is.
I like his lingo. I like this. I like your use of words there, Nick. I do. I enjoy it.
That's I don't know.
Well, no,
man.
you touched upon it. It's like they try to take our words. Like from the beginning of time, when man was drawing on cave walls, we were just trying to communicate.
People were writing faggot on cave
They
walls.
were writing faggot
and nobody
on
had a
cave
problem
wall.
then.
It was fine.
Now it's a problem.
Yes, there's anti-cave wall culture.
Except our cave walls are Twitter.
Your cave walls are amazing, but I'm saying,
wow.
I'm just saying they try to take your words, and once they do that, they can convince people of fucking anything. Like it's sad.
Right. And I don't need convincing of fucking anything. I'll do it for free. 7F7 USS Tuven 9. What the fuck are all these letters? You can bypass the TSA pat down by saying, I can't raise my arms for the scanner, and they'll walk you to the metal detector and swab your hands. Done it since 2015. No issues.
Wow. You can't just say you can't raise your arms?
Yeah, I can't raise my arms.
But what if they ask you why?
Just say you're John McCain.
Just be like, I can't. I'm trans.
Don't you put those socks on?
So you're John McCain. You spent years at the Hanoi Hilton. They broke your collarbones, and you have friends. Roy Rat, Rekieta Law beat Crowder live today. Final score: Rekieta Law 137,450 with 12,000 plusies versus Louder with Crowder 77,300 with 6.9 thousand plusies. Let's go, Team Rackets. Thank you. I'm here on Rumble to destroy the entire platform and probably get them ruined. Sinning Nick. Ari is very likable, but the TikTok houses she managed were whorehouses for minors, largely. Dig deeper, lots of evidence. Lorenz aside, you'd be horrified. Okay, I'll dig deeper.
I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about TikTok. I'm like, I don't know.
I hate TikTok, but I hate Taylor
different
Lorenz
language.
more.
I saw something on whatever. I think it was Instagram. I'm sure it was Instagram because I'm not on TikTok. And it's like something out of Star Trek. If it's true, it's like if you look at TikTok, the app in China, like the app just encourages, like it just shows
to open a dry cleaning business.
Similar to that. It's just
a manicure, a mani-pedi business.
No, that's in America. That's a job application feature of it. But if you look at it in China, it's all things that they would be proud of. It's people that are doing well academically. It's people that are achieving well socially. You know what I mean? But here in America, it's just dumbing us the fuck down.
That's what my TikTok is full of.
Yeah, that's what. But in America,
it's definitely not 39-year-old moms in bikinis. That's not what my TikTok is. What are you talking about? That's all I get. It's literally just this boom, and then there's a bikini with tits, and I'm like, why am I addicted to this content? I don't understand. How did TikTok know?
Because they want to dumb us down. But I'm telling you, it's like something out of like a Star Trek episode. It's a specific one I might have seen once on The Next Generation, but like it's to make us dumb. And the app there is like making them.
Because if you're jerking off, you're not like pursuing your dreams.
Are people jerking off to TikTok?
I can't jerk off 30 seconds at a time on TikTok.
Jerked off to this.
Yeah.
People can jerk off to anything.
Well,
that's why I covered my feet again.
I did, but that was part of, like, I wanted to make that into my business, was under the table during the stream. That's actually what my LLC is called. Under the table during the stream LLC.
I thought your LLC was called Rekieta Law.
Terrible.
That's the parent company.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, that would be specifically not the parent company. It's the avoiding parenting company, I think.
That parent company.
Mandy Karavich says, I don't have an IRA or use a savings account. I just roll up my money and shove it up my ass. AVG Joe Tex says, wow, Anthony Cumia on Rekieta Law. I love it. Nimitz, important is the tranny problem related to all this intersectionality BS and promoting women to positions of power, i.e. their instinct to protect children, idiots. No, it's related to mental illness. Roy Rat, I took my pops to the Mustang Ranch in Reno for Christmas and got him laid last year. House price is $1,000 an hour. Kim Jong-un say, now you know you whore, gift girl, funny nose. Wait, so it's $1,000 an hour to plow some chick in Reno? I don't know.
Wow.
Seems overpriced.
Yeah.
Seems like a fair price. That's about fair.
Couldn't you just get a steak dinner for $200? Like with some liquor?
Yeah, but can I steak dinner?
$3 bills in New
No,
York.
I meant
bought
her
one the other
steak.
day.
Her
Oh.
steak dinner. Ben SC, is there any way you can stream Ari's lawsuit? Would be really cool to help her vindicate herself publicly. If it's public, I will. But we're almost done here, by the way. Contrarian 420. Oh, wait, I asked how Sue Lightning was doing. I don't get that. I have no idea. I don't know the lore. I don't know enough of the lore. Ryan PD, just tuned back in. Why the fuck are Siegfried and Roy on the casting couch with Chrissy? They got wrecked and they're not even here. Hanging Right Nut says, ask the guy lect balls or no balls. We'll do that on a different show.
Oh, they probably would say balls. I can answer
I would
that.
hope so. Brad
Yeah.
Pitt says nose before hose memes inbound, courtesy of Pope Rackets and his legion of knickers. And that's it. Chrissy, we're done. It's 2:30 in the morning. It's
I can't believe
3:30
I
where you
was
are.
here so long. I was like really mentally planning for an hour.
That's what I thought.
I was like an hour and then I'm gonna go in the hot tub and then look.
At an hour, I was like, we're kind of winding down this interview, which was fine by me. I was like, Chrissy will leave. I'll do some.
And then people
I'll do
kept
some
barging
bullshit.
in, which if that was annoying, I'm sorry.
No, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Okay.
I got to meet Ari. I got to meet Bino or whatever, and then I got to
Gino.
meet. I know it was a joke.
Bino is a great name. That's what you take to stop farting.
And then I got to meet Anthony, so I'm very happy about it. It was fun.
Yeah,
It
at
was
first I'm
fun.
like, Anthony, come on the stream. He's like, how many people are watching? I'm like, I don't know.
Just tell him 10,000.
And then he moseyed up here, so that was cool.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me. And again, seriously, tomorrow, if there's any way I can help, if you need help setting up a live stream, if you need a platform, I'm fully willing to make my Rumble channel available for the Content House. I can send you the stream info, and then we can post a fucking thing that says, please send any, donations to your, I don't know if you have like a Streamlabs or whatever.
I have to set that up tomorrow. I have to do that tomorrow.
But yeah, like I'm 100% willing to do it. If people send the Rumble super chats through, I'm happy to pass those on. Cause look, I know this fucking bullshit where you invest. This is the fucking gayness of YouTube.
It's
invest
the craziest,
money.
most gay timing of all time.
Yeah. And you're like, you rent a house, you get all these people there. It costs a shitload of money. You got to buy equipment. You got to get all this set up. You got to do all this prep.
Drinks.
You got to take away
sponsors.
from everything else you're going to do. And then you're struck. You can't do it. It's like, well, I'm out thousands of dollars of prep work and you just snapped me out of it.
You
So
have to laugh. You go.
anything I can do to help, I am,
Thanks.
I'm with it. So just please, you have my number. Just call me. Let me know what I can do.
Thanks, Nick.
So,
You're the best.
Other than that, we've got Xander's Rant says, Chrissy, you talked about working for Conan. Do you remember Adam Yenzer?
Yes.
I worked with him when I was at the Babylon Bee.
Oh, wow. He's cool. Yeah, we were both interns. He, I think, went on to start doing stand-up. God, that was a killer intern class. Ellie Kemper was in that intern class too, who went on to be on The Office. And then
and the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, right?
Yeah.
I liked that show.
Yeah. It was fun.
There's
Yeah, Adam's cool.
There's one more. Hold on. This is a Twitter thing. I don't know if this actually. It is. What the fuck is this? Freedom Convoy lawyer. Oh, I'll do that on a different show, Tara. I've saved it. I'll do it tomorrow. And then Eldar Mark says, would letting Chrissy use your YouTube account be a TOS violation? Yes. Yes, it would.
Wow.
It is on Twitch. Yeah, it would. Unfortunately, that's how my other 2 YouTube channels got banned, is because I streamed on there while suspended. So otherwise, I'd be happy to do so. But no, my Rumble channel, let me know if that would be helpful for you guys. It's available. I just have to create a stream key and send it to you to link into whatever your RTMP server is.
I
But
don't know what that means, but thank you.
the stream setup shit. That's it. All right, Chrissy, have a good night.
Thank you.
I wish you nothing but success tomorrow. And
thanks to the
next day-
Racketeers. Is that what your fans are called?
well, that or the Knickers.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. The gays, the Gay Alliance.
The gays. The gay
So-
alliance, the gay straight alliance.
All right. I hope you guys have a good night. I might do a locals or Twitch stream. I don't know yet. I have to see how drunk I am when I stand up. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some lost-plaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitterland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed, to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an Ardbeg, a Balmore, a Lafroig, the spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the team post on Twitter, as we hear lost-plaining tonight. From the white shores of Nam to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed, to make the law what we have now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Doug T to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. So pour out an Ardbeg, a Balmore, a Lafroig, the spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the team post on Twitter, as we hear lost-plaining tonight. From the white shores of Nam to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed, to make the law what